Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. It's a test. It's a testing. It's a test. The testing test. Test. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. All right, we are live and in action. On today's news, we have two peacocks going at it like some wild animals. Neoverse is going to be coming very shortly, and when he does, you know what's on. Like Donkey Kong. But yeah, if you enjoy this podcast, if you want to participate in it, please feel free to come through. And we will make sure to have a conversation that you will not forget. Casey Mon. I haven't talked to Casey Mon in a minute, man. We are live. Action. All right, guys. Thanks for your patience. We should not be waiting very much longer. We would like feedback from you. Is it a problem starting the live stream before we are actually like 100% ready, even though it's coming up? Please let us know your thoughts. Is this something we need to just cut and avoid live streaming until it's all ready? I think it's fine. Uh-oh. We just heard someone. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the freaking Neoverse A to I, D. The A to I, man. These guys going to the wrong podcast studio, I guess. What the heck? I think Neoverse regular is going to be following soon. So it's time to get started. It's so funny, guys. Everybody's talking about Twitter, and a lot of people are talking about Twitter in hateful remarks, saying that certain people getting activated again, we'll just talk about this a lot more, are going to destroy Twitter and all this junk. But he just tweeted, the more you guys talk shit, the more it drives traffic through the roof to Twitter. So keep talking shit about Twitter. It's helping us a lot.
There we are.
Oh, and here he is. Welcome, everybody.
We
Welcome.
live.
We live.
We are live. In action.
We are live in San Diego.
Hey, is this drone by any chance in the video of yours?
No. No, you're all freaking good to go, man. But check the YouTube. I just checked it. It seemed good to me, but check it yourself. Make sure that the video's not all messed up. But mute yourself so it doesn't double fucking go on the live, right?
Let's see. Hello.
No. No, you're all freaking good to go, man. But check the YouTube. I just checked it. It seemed good to me, but check it. It's good to me. Make sure that the video's
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's gonna repeat that because it went through your mic, so
yeah, it's delayed. It's delayed on my. I know it's good for the Twitter. It's good. Yeah, I'm about to post the link up on Insta so people can see it.
Oh, for the Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
Yeah, bro. Twitter. I feel like that should be the first thing we talk about. I've been on Twitter more than actually I have in a really long time. And it's so funny. Elon just tweeted 42 minutes ago. They just can't stop writing about Twitter, which is driving usage through the roof. LMAO. Seriously, everybody talking shit about Twitter is helping Twitter.
Yeah, we'll get to that topic. It's actually a really good topic. Let's talk about that. Man, Twitter's going to be doing something amazing. They're going to start monetizing video content creators.
Yeah.
Just bring more monetization to it.
Dude, and then AOC, she keeps fucking tweeting too, but like she's such a... I don't like AOC. What do you think, bro? I shouldn't
I don't know,
be saying
man.
that. She's kind of like in...
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. That's a good topic too. Of what's going on with that.
Stay woke, kids. Besides, actually, don't. Get some sunlight, some fresh air. You inviting people? Are you posting to the IG right now?
I'm just posting that G. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so that's on.
Yeah, be careful with the background music. You're about to get our shit pulled.
Come on. That's the thing. Like, I gotta spend time. Wait, what the hell just happened?
Damn, you sent it everywhere, huh?
Yeah, that's one of them. I still gotta do the YouTube one.
I blasted the YouTube one.
Oh, hell no. This thing is acting up.
What?
Computer. It keeps trying to open up this other app that I do not care about.
And we are live in 5, 4, 3.
It's funny, I can hear you.
Fran Tomato just posted on Facebook. It was like 3 hours later. Thanks for watching my stream, everybody. It was really fun. And then she looks at the viewers and it shows 0.
Wow.
And she's like, bye.
You know, I haven't seen her on in so long.
Fran is a gaming streamer. She hasn't been on Horizon much.
Yeah, I think she started focusing more in gaming, right? Like creating gaming content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sharing this thing everywhere, dude. Everywhere.
Yeah, share it, dude. Dude, freaking share it, bro. All right, guys. What's your opinions, though? Leo the Architect, he can't be on today because he was in Puerto Rico. But how do you guys like him on the podcast last week or 2 weeks ago? Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts about it.
Okay, I see the live stream. Wait, so did you share the link like on the story or just to groups?
Just to groups. I didn't put it on the story. I can do that right now.
Wait, so did you share the link on the story or just the groups? I didn't put it on the story.
Watch now. Oh. Oh, you can't share links on Facebook stories, only Instagram. Sheila, she's such a good supporter. It's like she is just so nice to us, and I'm like, Sheila, you are just amazing.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts to that.
And I'm just trying to figure out why she's just so amazing. It's like she must really like us. Something like that, huh?
Possibly.
You think she likes us?
She's supportive for sure.
I think she likes us, man. Bro, I'm sorry, but like we're gonna have to just cut this live stream off. You shared a Kanye West thing on your story. That is against the rules of social media. We're gonna have to take corrective action for that.
That's funny as hell. Damn, dude, I just heard that, bro. That shit. I just heard it on the last stream. They might cut it out.
No, it was like a fucking clip. That was it. They will blah 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 blah. Okay, let's just stop sharing and get going, dude.
I'm gonna share it. So we want to get the viewers to watch.
Because I've been going for over 30 minutes now.
Oh wow.
No, almost 30 minutes. And we haven't done nothing. I just don't like that dead air time.
Big time. Yeah, we got to find a better way to share all the links at the same time as we start live streaming.
We can share it. So with mine, you can share the link before you broadcast.
All right. So let's see. Should be good to go, honestly. It's all shared now.
All right, guys. Welcome to the 1Verse podcast, the #1 podcast in the Metaverse. I'm Schlick. That's 1Verse. And we are 1Verse.
What's up, guys? We are 1Verse. Hey, we're in the house today with a fresh live stream. What's today's date? Today's the 20th, isn't it? November 20th, 2022. Yeah, we're literally
right around the corner.
Yeah, 4 days. 4 days away. 4 days away.
Comment below what you got done for Thanksgiving. What you doing? You having ham, turkey, rabbit, bunny, lamb?
Yeah, what do you guys have? And let us know. Let us know. We want to see that in the comments. Yeah, I'm starting inviting some people in here to get in
turducken. No, Neo's having tofu turkey.
Tofu turkey. Hey, actually, that sounds really good though. Sounds really good.
He don't eat that meat. He'll maybe have some fish.
Fish for sure. I need that omega-3 in me.
He wants omega-3s in him, bro.
It was not that type of
style. He takes those vitamins. I told him, quit shoving the fucking omega-3 pills up your ass, bro. It does not make it more effective. Just swallow it like a normal person.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't happen. That shit is hilarious.
Like, bro, the only thing it does is just makes it when you shit all fucking slimy and oily, okay?
Slimy and oily.
Slimy and oily.
Hey, did you invite some people in or?
Yeah, I did in the very beginning. Nobody's up to it. Well, maybe you can get some people.
Freaking I just saw Caitlyn.
Oh, Jay
We should get her
Vanities.
in.
It says she's nearby. And it says D's nearby. But we don't see them. It's weird. There was a... Oh, I hear him.
I hear somebody coming in. Who is that?
I knew it was the J.
Who's that? Is that Jay? Is that Jay?
Wait, that came out wrong.
What up?
And D.
D's nuts.
What's up, Jay?
Got him.
What's up, D?
Not the first time I've heard that.
Oh shit!
It's not gonna be the last time either.
No, absolutely.
What up, D? How you doing?
Shit, how are you, love?
Pretty good.
Let me get down on everybody's level. I don't know why.
Yeah.
All the way up.
Wow, damn! You're trying to be taller than all of us? Sheesh!
I don't know.
Trying to be taller than all of us.
Look.
You just gotta read, you know. Are you standing?
No, I'm laying on my couch.
So stand up. If you stand up and then recalibrate it, it will like.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Roadhouse.
You're too smart.
I'm not smart.
No,
What up,
welcome to the
Jay?
live stream, by the way,
Hi.
Jay and D. Welcome to the live stream. We are live right
What are
now.
you
We're
guys
on
talking
YouTube
about?
and on Twitter.
We are talking about how Native Americans destroyed the United States. No, I'm just
He
messing
just
with you, D.
picked that so
Oh.
yeah, he
Drag
picked that
down
so
this
randomly, so randomly.
Nah, I
I'm
just
like,
knew it.
I was waiting. I was like, oh, I thought you was gonna say something nice, but you're like, oh, yikes.
I'm joking. D's were
Scared me.
connected to the Native American
Nah,
people, so I
some
had
of-
to mess with her.
I was about to get sad.
Definitely, it's funny as hell. No, but definitely some of the things though that we were gonna want to. I know some of the things for sure we want to throw on the table is Facebook. You know, I'm sure you guys are hearing about a lot about Facebook in the news nowadays.
No.
Firing, what is it, 11,000 employees?
I-
Or
Oh,
Meta.
they laid off a bunch of motherfuckers.
Oh.
Yeah, like yeah,
I'm not-
Well, and
11,000.
all the people from Twitter walked out too.
Yeah, so that's interesting topic. Twitter.
Yeah, I'm excited
What's going on
to
with
talk about
Twitter?
that.
What's going on with Facebook, Meta, and yeah, there's many of those two things we could start off with. So Meta, like laying off 1,000 employees.
Was it a
What do you- is that
thousand
a
or
good sign?
11,000?
It was 11,000.
11,000. Yeah, correct.
Mhm.
11,000. What do you guys think about that? Is that a good direction for this space, Horizon Worlds?
It
No.
doesn't matter if it's a direction. It's just you got to do it when you got to do it because you're not making enough money. I saw Mark's video. He looked so freaking like, this is on me, guys. It was the funniest facial expressions to watch. I'm not even lying. Like, watch the video of Mark firing everybody. It's hilarious.
What about it was funny?
I don't know, just his awkward, goofy faces that he was making while saying it. It was like he was trying to be like sad looking, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you're firing everybody. It's your choice. So I don't know how to explain it. I just was watching a clip of it, and it was just like funny the way he was looking when he was firing everybody.
Oh my god.
But it's like, why do you think 11,000 employees got laid off?
Because they aren't making money.
But
I know
why
it's
is
budget cut, right? They had to decrease their budget expenses because their revenue isn't as much as it used to.
So during
That's
COVID,
based on what
they went on these hiring sprees because everybody was at home and internet was the only thing around, and everybody over leveraged themselves. And now that everything's going back to normal,
Mm-hmm.
and on top of that, Meta is taking up such funds for the Metaverse In VR,
Hmm.
it's just yeah, it's a recipe for you gotta spend less money or you're gonna be under pretty shortly.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it's just
mostly
like
too
if you
You're
think
because
about.
they
How can
the
you be
things going
miscalculated as
on
well.
through
linear?
your
How can you be
They,
a linear and a more efficient company if you just laid off 11,000 people?
I think it's because they're struggling. I don't think it's like they wanted to lay off people. I think they just needed to or they were gonna go under.
yeah, yeah.
You're
It's because
gonna
they're
your microphone's taking the live stream
Oh, you have to mute yourself, Jay.
Oh,
oh
or just turn it down, yeah.
Yeah. So I
that's
think
crazy
it's,
though.
we've got a lot of. I'm trying to understand who they laid off. Did they lay off
Yeah.
um trained safety specialists? Did they lay off moderators?
They
Like
laid off
literally.
every community guide, I'll tell you
every
that.
Yeah,
community
community
guy.
guides. Like,
Like
I
Literally,
we're
mean,
not
pretty
on the
paying
much
you
just
last
like that.
show,
full-time wages to be in the metaverse anymore, sorry.
but I mean, that's something that me and Neo talked about on the last live that I was on is about having, you know, community guides that will actually guide people to do to worlds that will
Like
benefit them.
Oculus.
Yeah, instead of just like jumping into those top five,
Yeah, those
and
basic
leaving.
worlds that people always have a bad rep on. Literally, you know how
Yeah, and
many
they just
videos
leave.
talking about that? Yo, literally, my whole YouTube feed is a whole bunch. There's a whole row of like YouTubers with a whole bunch of influence making videos about how shitty the metaverse is in Horizon Worlds. And every time you watch their videos, it's always like they're going to the soapstone to these very basic. I'm not
Hmm.
soapstone is cool, but they
Yeah.
jump into these very basic worlds where you don't have that true experience like we have, and they always just bad talk and bad rapping these worlds and the horizon. Like it's insane to me, man. It's insane to me. It's like over 10 YouTubers that I see talking bad shit about the metaverse getting over millions and millions of views because they had a shitty experience for the first time around, just jumping in to go into like a shitty world that was very boxy, things was snapped on, and they think that is this, but it's
I
not.
feel like a lot of people are kind of turned off with Horizon
Hmm.
Worlds, even the people that are here. I don't know.
Hmm.
What is your experience like Horizon Worlds? I know you guys are still here, but like let's ask
Surprisingly.
Jay. She's been here for a while. Yeah, Jay, why'd you say surprisingly? What's your like feelings towards Horizon Worlds? Is it the same as when it first started, how we are
I,
all
I
excited, or
mean,
has it gone down in the ether and fire is a little dimmer?
for me, like, definitely it has died down a little bit, the excitement factor.
Yeah.
It's still kind of one of those things where it's like I'm still high tech. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of stuff on how they operate behind the scenes because I still want to be able to do big projects for
Come in.
companies in here, and I still want to do things with my team and push other people to do other things of their own endeavors, but it's still one of those hidden gems and hidden secrets of like what stature do you have to be on still
Welcome.
to get within those type of building projects, because I feel like once you get on like a really good project for a company, it kind of it reboosts your confidence versus
Yeah.
like you still being in the shadows of like everyone who already developed that partnership with a company or a brand that's already within the meta. So for me, like it is dying down. Like you guys notice I haven't been on a lot lately. I've just kind of been focusing on real life stuff. But
Same.
once they boost that like factor again and really push the creativity level and stop holding back, I feel like
Hmm.
the spark will reignite and we'll be back to where it should
Yeah.
be.
I think one of the biggest things too is, there's a lot of people who push envelopes here, right? So they're doing different things and doing different creations, but they're not being reached out by anybody in the
Right,
meta
right, right.
because I mean they want to keep that factor or whatever it is, or they don't want to
AKA
pitch
one
or
verse.
rock the boat. Yeah. I mean, there's people out here who are doing so much more that I've seen that get, nothing. I mean, and that's, they get no recognition or talk. And that's why I say having like not train, but like world whatever
Mm-hmm.
you call them, there. So when new people come in, they can just ask a series of like 5 questions. What do you like? What do you
Yeah.
do? And they can direct people in the horizon so they'll stay, And I talked about Jay when I was on last. It's like Jay has never been contacted. Why is that? Like that's crazy because there's
You
certain
got shouted
aspects
out
of people.
though.
Yeah, you did
No,
get shouted out though on
no,
stage. On
Yeah,
no,
she
stage, I
got
remember
shouted
that.
out.
no.
Oh, her
Well,
world, her
She
world.
how they shouted me out, it would have been appreciative if they said name. They said by building. That's the only way
That's the
that
only thing they said.
that's the only thing. And it was only within the friend group that were like, "Oh, Jay, they shouted you out because that's by recognition of build, not by user." Because if you
Yeah, same.
recognize, if you
Mm.
shout it out by user, then that's a whole different stature, and that brings more traffic to your build and whoever you else associate with and build with. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's a
they
marketing
say
tactic
builders.
that could have been better.
Right. Okay.
Like they
So imagine
verbally,
if they
Mark verbally said that
if
to
they
Angel.
like for
Yeah.
Angel, perfect example. Once they said her name verbally, her portfolio, her commissions went skyrocket. Versus me, they just said, "Oh, Fashion Week." By association, they associated with J Vanity. That doesn't really do
Yeah.
much. But if they said my name, that could have been a whole nother avenue for not only me, but the people that I build with. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you kind of got a little
I wasn't
discouraged slash salty from it.
I was just annoyed is all. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say discouraged. I would just say like we all get our moments. We all have our recognition, and I did appreciate it. Shout out to Molly. I did appreciate it. But it's like one of those things where you have to really like it kind of creates that toxic environment of like you have to push yourself even more. Even and
Yeah.
it drives
But the thing is, though,
this
is
notion that it's gonna drag.
I
It's
think what it also does
discouraging.
is it
Point
quiets
blank.
It
people from pushing
does.
envelopes. It
It's
quiets
discouraging.
people to be more not outlandish, but more open on who they are, things that they believe in. So it's like
Mhm.
it's being monitored. Like, okay, if you believe in this or you do this, so how can you distinguish what I think is, a good factor in here than to what because you guys don't want to be promoting someone who has different beliefs or has different tactics in here. I mean, it's like, oh, you become this person or monetize or whatnot. It's like you got to follow these strict rules. You're not allowed to be more expressive. You're not allowed to be who you are. That's how I
Mhm.
take it.
This segues into the Twitter thing, but we can keep
Mm-hmm.
talking about Horizon
Mm-hmm.
Metaverse for a while. But Twitter's going to be an excellent conversation because
But
that's kind of going on there also.
before we get to that part, I just want to say real shout out to Technical. Welcome to the
What
live
up,
stream.
Tech?
We're
Thank you.
streaming on
What's
Twitter
up?
and
How you
YouTube.
doing, man?
You're in the live right
Thank
now.
you.
Welcome. You can feel free to chat in with us. Right now we're just talking about Meta and what do you think about them laying off 11,000 employees? Is that a good direction or a bad direction for this space? And like Jay was saying that Meta is not really supporting us, the creators, and they called us the creators to create this platform, but then we're not getting the support by them. What do you
So
think about all of that?
I agree with that. I know I saw me. I've got a lot of worlds in here, and one of the things that I do like building is vehicles and cars and stuff like that. And I saw a few months ago. I saw that they did something. And they hired in a company to build some cars and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, why are you not using the community?
Mm-hmm.
It's in here. There's people in here that do it. So why are you not reaching out to the community? I think they should involve us creators a lot more. We're the ones
should.
building. We're building stuff in here. We're breaking the boundaries. Every I've been in here since January, so I was in here before the rest of the UK was in here, as everybody knows.
Mhm.
So I've
Shout out to
seen
the
it
UK,
go.
by the way. You're in the UK,
Yeah,
so
man.
people don't know.
I've seen it go from leaps to bounds. Like when you first came in there, you couldn't even get into a car, like it was a box, you couldn't get into it. I've seen it evolve, so we're the ones that are evolving the community. So why are they not
Yeah.
involving us more in it? If we're the ones that you're using to test the boundaries and involve us more into it.
I'll
Definitely
tell
think that.
you what a lot of large corporations do is they get these little guys to create a foundation or a blueprint. And once it's up and running, they say, all right, get the fuck out of here. And they get the big dogs to go there and just take over the show with the foundation built by the little guys back. That's what's happened throughout all of human history, right? So I'm hoping that's not their plan, but it does make sense. Like, okay, the bullshit part that we didn't want to do is taken care of. Now you guys can get in that position
I think the
and
thing
roll.
is though, is we're actually building better than what they're building. Like if you look at some worlds
Yeah.
in here, like
Oh,
the
big time.
creativity that's going into it, like it blows the water out of some of them venue spots and some of the stuff
Yeah.
that they're putting on in there. So reach out to the community, use their creativity, involve them in it, because they're the ones that are building out this multiverse. So involve us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like the number one thing that people always say, creators in here, is like, why don't they just support the creators? Why are they always going outsourcing other people that
Outsourcing,
don't
yeah.
even truly understand how this even works in here? Truly, like
Exactly.
us, the creators, we have already a formula to doing things. Like we have a
Yeah.
formula of doing a podcast. We have a formula in how to live stream it. There's a formula. Like people have creative formulas to do a lot of the creation in here, but then they want to outsource it to people on the outside that don't even understand how this
Yep.
shit works in here. Like,
And
Not
same
in
thing with
here.
asset builders. They hire outside people to
Yeah.
build assets.
Well,
that
if
are
you think
used by
about
all of us.
the assets that they put in their asset library, those are all things that we was building out ages ago. Like they've
Yeah.
put those things into the assets. Cars, they put cars in there because
Mhm.
people was building cars, so they're realizing what people want. But we're the ones that are building these things. If we wasn't building these things, they wouldn't feel the need to
wouldn't
put them in
know.
the asset
Mhm.
library.
It's
They
like
wouldn't
those
know what we want.
competitions. Yeah. Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
like
It's
those
crazy.
competitions. They said, "Hey, we got to build the best launcher," and then they give you a prize, which they'll pay you a couple grand, but then they get to use that launcher and own it forever and give
Yep.
it to everybody as their own
Yep.
and make millions off of it, right? So these competitions are cool in a way that people do get to make money, but it's peanuts compared to the IP that's
I've
being
never
created.
entered one of those competitions. I don't know. I don't know. I've just really never
Yeah,
I
entered
know
one.
that
it's
they've
like
given
every
out
time
good
we
prices
use
though.
They
They
do.
give out
Well,
good
they're still
prices in
waiting
that. I
on
think
their
the highest
money.
was
They're
150.
still waiting on their money. You know that, right?
Get out of it. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Who?
They still
Where?
haven't gotten paid.
Wait, which one? The
Oh,
first one?
wow.
Because there's been multiple. I remember the first
up,
one when I got in
Geeky?
here was like 25,000, and now the last one was at 150,000.
It was
Yeah,
a
but they
lump
spread
sum
it
of
out.
150 to 1st.
Mhm.
Yeah, it wasn't just to one person.
It wasn't. It was
It was
spread
all
out to
together.
everybody.
Portion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because of
But
the
also,
update.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's like millions of dollars they're going to make off that IP, though. That's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
bargains. That's like
Yeah.
pennies.
But every
for the
time we
IP.
use those assets, every time you set those assets in your world, it's like cha-ching to them.
Yeah.
Every time.
True.
Mm.
Because I
And
can
then-
see
and
them
then-
turning it around and selling it forward in the future.
And then they're
As an item
giving
that you can
those
purchase.
assets. Sorry, Neil. Those
No, go
assets
ahead.
that are in there, we don't even get them shapes. We're not getting those mesh shapes to use. We're having
Yeah.
to use
I
our
just
own
tear 'em apart.
creativity and take them apart. That's what I was gonna say. We're having to use
I
our
just
own
tear 'em apart.
creativity and tear them apart. Well, give us access to those things as well. Like, why not? They need to start expanding their horizons. It's called Horizons for a reason. They need to start expanding them, because that's what we're doing. We're thinking out the box. Every world I do, I try and
Yeah.
think out the box and bring something new to it. So give us that creativity. I said that about capacity. This is a place where you can build anything that's in your imagination, but you're still capping us because you're capping us on capacity.
Geeky.
What was that?
Yeah. Sorry. I keep interrupting.
Yeah,
you. My
welcome,
bad,
Geek.
bro.
Geeky.
No problems. Yeah,
Where he
so
go? Is he
it's
in?
crazy.
And
That's
do
true,
you
though.
feel like
Definitely
you're
that-
getting discouraged?
So for me, I think building's different for me. I never came in here and wanted to be a builder. I didn't come in here and expect anything. For me, it's therapeutic. I kind of stay in build mode. If I'm being honest, I like to stay in build mode and just build, and I just find building very therapeutic. So I've never really wanted anything out of it. I work full time. For me, this is like a stress release from work, if I'm being honest. So the whole
Yeah.
monetization and stuff like that, I've never really thought about it or looked into it or anything. Well, I know about it, but I've never actually like thought, oh, I want to become monetized or anything. I'm just happy just building.
Okay. What's nice is if you use this platform individually and you don't rely on or have any expectations, it's so much more enjoyable. For me, this platform has been kind of like not as fiery and fun as the beginning is because
Yeah.
like I'll get on and I don't see anybody who I know and then I'm just chilling with people that I don't freaking know and it's just like it's lame. I don't really have anything to do. And when you
But
don't have
that's
like a
because
purpose or a mission, it's kind of like you feel like what the fuck am I doing on this thing? I
but
could be
that's
doing other
because
shit in
I
the
feel
physical
like
world.
because of the monetization and stuff like that, everybody's trying to advance to that next level. So it's gone
Yeah.
from the days of, when you first came in here and you was world hopping with a group of people, a massive group of people, everybody was
Right.
around, there was a few clubs where, everybody was going to be at. Now you come on, everybody's in build mode. It just says
Exactly.
active,
Yeah.
Yeah, this
everybody-
is
and
active. Yeah.
Yeah.
you're looking
it's like-
around, and you're like, oh, nah, I don't really mess with them. I'm not really going to go and chill with them. I don't really know them. I've got them on my friends list, but I don't really know them. And, so yeah, I think the community feel has definitely gone. I think that
Yeah.
community feel has definitely gone. It seems more competitive and it feels like everybody's trying to outdo each other now. And I feel that's
It's
the
always been that way.
monetization stuff.
It's always been that way.
I think it
I
has,
feel
it
like
has
there's less
Jay.
community though.
There's less
No,
community. I
there's-
feel like
Always,
as
there's
since
it
day
gets
less
on
one,
that
it's
way.
always been that way. It's always
There's
been that way
less
since day
community
one.
though. Nah, you
Like
can't.
since
Like
day one,
there's been
people would
community.
chill and
community.
socialize all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like now, I just
Yeah.
feel like it's just died down a little. Like
Dude,
people,
look what we did for Dunder for the fundraiser when he had that
yeah,
incident that happened in his life. Like
Yeah,
the community
yeah.
came together beautifully and did
Yeah.
something very beautiful together. Like, where is that? That's
Yes,
what I know.
that's
What he's
gone.
talking about is true. Is there's
Yeah.
less of that going on because now those people they're just trying to compete and they're just focusing on the whatever their goal is, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
what
was
you're
just talking to
seeing
Jay
around.
about that earlier because me and Matt Lowe are doing a bathroom build, and I said, hey, let's do it for philanthropy. Loser has to donate money. Like that's not really in here, and that's one of my biggest things is philanthropy work, like in real life. So I've been trying to like push that in here for people to have a sense of community and competition and doing things. People are just building like you said, to build to the top to get that monetization and just being kind of quiet. I'm like technical. I build for me. Like I don't
Yeah.
really like I can publish 50 worlds and I really don't care. I just do it for myself, but putting that sense of community and philanthropy in here so that what we're doing is having an impact outside of this space of trying to get to the top. And that's what I've noticed is just everybody is trying to build on top of each other.
Are you a
now.
builder, Ding Dong?
Yeah, I mean, I've built quite
Welcome
a few
to know.
things, but I've never published anything because I always
I'll be right
I'm
back.
pretty focused on perfection, and that's not
Mm-hmm. That's me,
that's not
big
that's
dog.
not that's not productive for this type of stuff. So I'll get there, but the thing is so I wanted to jump in. I haven't met everybody in here. I'm Ding Dong, obviously, but I sort of came in here with no real expectation. I was beating somebody in ping pong, and table tennis on regular, like the other applications, and they were like, "Hey, you should check this thing out." And I tried to get it, and it wasn't available, even though I live in New Jersey.
Well, I mean,
so I don't know
invite
why it
you,
wasn't
let you,
available.
let you meet the homie
but
and
then
shit. That's my
In August,
homie
it became
James
available
shit.
for me, so I downloaded
Jay
it.
Cool as
And I
shit.
kind of came in here, and I didn't really know what to do. I didn't really know what was gonna happen. And I think everything so far has sort of been just I'm just trying to navigate. So I've explored different areas, but I feel like I've done so much in so little time that I haven't specifically focused on one different thing. Everything I've done is just it's kind of spider, like it's random. I meet a person, they're like, let's do this thing. I'm like,
What's
that's
up,
a great
Neo?
idea.
What's going on, dog?
What's up, Tua?
Big thing
Welcome,
I do
welcome.
is content creation
What's up, big?
and stuff. I kind of dug into my background and pulled out some things that I thought were cool. But to the point of what you guys are saying, obviously I don't have the reference point that you guys have being in here as long as you have. But I think what I've seen, particularly with like birthday celebrations, holidays, and the community effort to do that, I think because of the volume of people that are here now, those things are just more clustered, and so those figures that you guys know as the OGs of the place, if you will, are a lot more involved in other ways.
We're not booing you, bro. Don't worry.
Don't worry, bro.
Do you have the pro, bro? Your eyes are going all the fuck over the place.
Wait a minute.
Give us
Yeah,
your
he has the
fucking
new
thoughts,
one.
man.
He has the new
Wait,
Oculus.
I saw his teeth. You saw his smile. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good smile, though. Not gonna lie. But yeah.
I think the pro unlocks a whole new level of functionality and creativity. So like we just did a movie. We reenacted Juice. And then the reason that I was in it was because of the eye movement and that ability. So if you have, 1, 2, 3 people who have the pro and are able to act out those parts, I think it brings it to a different level. So that's something that I think
I agree with that.
people will start. I mean, people are already making movies, but take it to a new level where you're able to actually see somebody's response and they can mimic what a normal human might do. I think it just raises the bar a lot.
That would take content creation to the next level for sure.
Yeah, if you have no purpose for it other than to just kind of be in Horizon Worlds and like ask people to show you or show them like your best face or blow your cheeks out, not worth $1,500. Just wait for the Quest 3. But if you have other purposes, you want to utilize. Yeah, so if you want to utilize the 3 screens and workrooms and look at some of the functionality that's going to be unlocked in the near future, that is already there, but the hardware doesn't exist. In the Quest 2, then I think it's a worthwhile investment. But for just people who are here doing kind of their thing in Horizon Worlds, just the Quest 3 will have that functionality. It'll be much cheaper. I would just wait.
Your eyes are killing it, but your mouth don't seem like it's moving at all.
Yeah, your mouth's not moving.
I think it's lagging. Like it's a little
what happens is
glitchy.
The thing about these is that they're very specific. So they have when you start
not enough cameras.
When you get on here, when you first put it on, it has a exercise that makes you do to set your headset. So as you take it off, like right when we leave our headsets, we just kind of take them off, put them back on. It won't automatically reprompt that. So sometimes, like if I blow my cheek out now, and I'll look. But if I blow my cheeks out, it's really shallow.
Yeah.
But if I fix my headset correctly,
It will be big. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
see how it's
crazy.
way more crispy. I just need to have my headset in the right place.
Yeah. I mean, it's really good for people who utilize it for like
I think I got it.
purposes.
Yeah, I got it.
There you go. There you go. You smiling, talking.
I
There you
think
go.
that it's really
That's your
cool,
uncle right there.
but
Check
I
your
also
uncle.
think
That's your
that
system.
like
That's your system,
It's a lot of money.
I want to know. I want to know how soon they're gonna come up with another one that's better than that.
No,
Like,
check your
if they
uncle.
told me,
Check
"Yo,
your
you
auntie.
buy this
Check
and
your
it's gonna
auntie.
last you
Check
3
your
years,"
auntie and
I'll
check
spend the
your uncle.
$1,500. But if next year they come out with something that they're gonna say is even better, it's like
the
fuck,
iPhones.
dude.
They've said that they are creating 2 new headsets in 2023 and then a third one in 2024.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean.
They
It's
haven't
These
said
niggas
it'll
is
be better than
later.
this. They just said that the Quest 3
Oh,
will be
no.
the
These
next
niggas
one in the
late. It's on
iteration.
Exactly.
It would be an upgrade from yours, but not an upgrade to this. So I don't know. I'm not
And
sure.
which
I couldn't
Apple's
really-
coming out with theirs next year too.
And then
Yeah,
I think
that'll
the
be
competition's
I don't
gonna
know
get
if everybody
fierce
will
now.
Like that.
And then
Yeah,
Carter
I completely agree with that.
Dude, Apple dominates branding, man. It's Warren Buffett says it's the best business in the world right now. I don't know if it's still today, but that's what he has said before he invested. So if Apple goes in the game, there might be something. One thing about Apple is they're going to be probably just as bad, if not worse, about like censoring people if they have a metaverse. Their headset
Yeah.
will be fine, but if they created a metaverse, I don't know. They're not a social media company. That's the thing is like if we could use Apple headsets and then use Horizon as the metaverse, so
No,
Meta don't need to make the headsets, they just focus on the software. I feel like that would be better.
Agreed. I agree 100%, Slick. Because the thing is like Apple, their
Hey,
focus.
can y'all mute yourself in the background? Or go on a
Just to
party?
let you know, we're on live stream. We're on live stream. We can hear your voice on the live,
Oh, shit.
just in case. If you guys want to join like a party,
A party
Oh,
or
you good.
something.
Good.
Put a trigger.
Yeah,
put a
sorry,
trigger
bro.
out here next
No.
time. Y'all gotta put a trigger.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
No, there is.
Yeah,
I don't
no
know why it's
worries,
not
bro.
working though. Supposed.
So like I
Sorry,
was
Jay,
saying
what
is
you
like
saying?
no, you're good. So I was saying is like Apple, they mostly they do focus on innovation, yes, but there's certain aspects of innovation that they focus on. They focus on design and some elements of the characteristics within the hardware, which I do give them credit for. And they also, if you really focus and look at all of their Retina displays and all their things, they mostly focus on photography. And I feel like Apple wants to get into more camera stuff. And I honestly feel like if they backtracked a little bit, I feel like Apple would be very successful in the photography business for how much they alliterate and
Oh,
emphasize
yeah.
on their cameras. Because if you really
Right.
think about it, if Apple had a dual a DSLR camera, Canon and Apple would be the only two competitors. Literally, all the other camera companies would be off the grid, and I would vouch for that. I would support that 100% because they're all about cleanliness. They're all about innovating. They're about
Sleek.
style, and correct, and they're very sleek and what they master. And the funny thing is too, you don't mostly necessarily see it, but 99% of the people if you sit at a fashion show, 99% of the audience are going to have the newest Samsung, which Samsung does support Fashion Week, and then they're also going to have the newest iPhone. But they don't emphasize or market towards the fashion community. They market towards more of the business, which I also appreciate because they're user friendly. Both phones are.
If Meta hooked up with them and made a headset, if Apple made the hardware for the headset, like you said, and they just focused on the software, that would be a crazy.
I know.
That would,
I would
you know what
support.
That would be.
I wouldn't even be
crazy.
mad.
I
That would
think
be
the
my
Metaverse would take
$1,600.
off,
bro.
That would be
Like, that'd be
$1,600
crazy.
well spent right
Yeah,
there.
you know
If
what I
they
mean.
just
You
knew
wouldn't
how to
mind
partner
spending
correctly.
that kind of money. You wouldn't mind
Yeah.
spending
But
that
the
kind
biggest
of
thing,
money.
but the biggest,
But you spend
Yeah.
but the
correct. You
biggest
spend that
thing,
much on a phone already because of the name of iPhone. But if you're
Yeah.
gonna sit here and because D even saw my reaction, I bet everyone had this reaction when Mark Zuckerberg announced their quote unquote partnership with Microsoft. I was kind of upset. I literally was in party chat. I was with King Patrick, Isaac Moon D, and some other people. I literally sat there and I was like, "Oh, this price is not going to go well." Once he said Microsoft, I already knew the HoloLens was going to be quote unquote announced, but within a new brand. I already knew it was going to happen. And once they said that, I was like, "Yep, it's over. It's over."
But how many people
Yeah.
have sent, like a lot of people I've talked to have sent the headset back. I
Yeah.
sent mine back.
Yeah,
Wow.
You know,
and, yeah.
it's, I mean, it is.
So
what
you
it
don't
is
think it
unless
was
you-
worth it? So you
No.
got it and you were like, this is kind of fucking whack.
It is. Well, I mean, if you utilize
wait,
it for
wait.
work, for
You got the Quest Pro?
workspace- Not
She
now.
sent
I
it
sent
back.
mine back. I sent mine back.
So,
got
so
mine.
for me,
Shit.
I didn't feel the need to buy it. I'm in here most days. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I said, my
building. Like, if
stress
you're
release,
building,
but just building. So
fine.
I don't feel like I need it. If this was broke
Yeah.
or something was wrong with this, I'd think to myself, all right, cool. Then maybe
Invest
I'm
in
just gonna
something
take
else.
the leap and I'm gonna invest.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with this, so I don't feel the need
No,
to.
but if you're the Quest Pro's made for working, like building,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like outside of horizons. It's meant for
yes,
workspaces, in order
yes.
to build things, in order to have meetings and stuff like that. That's what it's meant for. So,
I can't even
Right.
use it for work. I got firewalls and everything else. So
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
use it for work.
So my
Like,
question
unless
is
your
for
business
all of.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
go
my
ahead.
question is. Sorry,
Wait,
no, you're
before
sorry,
that
D.
question,
Okay.
if Meta would have partnered up with Apple and made that, that VR headset, it would have been golden for their Metaverse. More people would have
correct.
jumped into the Metaverse, which
Bro.
would have been overall good for
Correct.
all of us.
With the,
They
because
should have
because
done
of
that.
the business
Fuck.
aspect.
I
just
need
because of
confetti
the
for that.
name,
Yep.
Literally.
Yep.
you know?
100%, Neo. 110%.
It would double just because it's Apple.
Triple,
Just because
quadruple,
it's
10
Apple.
times probably.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, it would-
Not so not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only will the profits go up for both companies. Imagine about all the future developers
Yeah.
They would because if you look at this, I don't know if you pay attention to the developer programs of Apple versus Microsoft, but if you look how Apple structures their keynotes, they have a specific month just for developers. Microsoft stopped doing their developer keynotes. Why? Because Apple is all about
trash.
correct. Apple is always about innovating and making sure that the future is going to be present and it's not going to fail. Because like my next question was, do you think that the metaverse, like Tech was saying, do you think the metaverse is being misconceived? Do you think that the name metaverse is too broad, that it should have a different structure? Because if you think about it, yes, like Tech was saying, if we have all these partnerships happening and if we have all these things developing, there should just be the main platform, which is the metaverse, okay? But then you should have the tech companies doing the rest of the work. If you already have Facebook, the social platform, why are you making more tech?
You could get it on Samsung or Apple. That's the thing. Facebook,
but
you can download the app on both. So why not allow both come in?
Exactly.
That's what I never
But
understood.
real quick, Jay, to what you said, like the whole confusion of the metaverse, honestly, Facebook fucked it up when they call themselves Meta. Because that confuses it for a lot of people. Like Meta and Metaverse are two different things, but a lot of people think Metaverse is just Facebook. And then that's when they give bad rep and bad shit and they talk shit about the Metaverse, they're really talking shit about Facebook. But in reality, it's Metaverse is the Internet 3.0. That's what it is. It's the Internet, the new evolution of the Internet. It's not Facebook. And they fucked up by doing that. And they fucked all of us up, actually, and the future by putting Meta tied down to Metaverse because they're
literally because
I think they did it on purpose. I think it was calculated.
They did it on purpose.
Wanted
Yeah,
to
of course they did it on
Metaverse.
purpose. Yeah, they wanted to be the daddies
but here's the thing:
of the
you
Metaverse.
can't take the metaverse. You can't already put a patent on something that was already there. They're enhancing the experience of the metaverse. I can give them that. But the metaverse has always been there because if you think about it, the metaverse is a simulation. You know, it's more of an immersive simulation. Like if you think of like Sims, it is. Yes, if you think of like Sims and all those other 3D games, that's the metaverse. But they never marketed. They did their own little entity. But Meta wanted to push the envelope on being integrated, but they pushed a little too far and they missed the mark and the milestone. And then that's why people are getting mad.
But the thing is as well, you know, like I was saying earlier about using the community. We're your advertisements. If you was using us, so I know before the UK could come in here, I was promoting this hard on my social media, you know, and other people from the UK couldn't get in. They was asking me, what's this? What's that? You know, if I felt more involved in it, I'm gonna push it more. Do you know what I mean? And that goes for all of us. If we was involved more in the community and in Meta and they was involving us more, that's free advertisement for them. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they're not doing. You know, they're not utilizing what they've got, which is us.
And that's why they're laying off 11,000 employees because they ain't using their logic.
Exactly.
Take that.
You know what's so crazy? This guy that I'm talking to, his friend still works for Meta, and he works for the Oculus department, and I'm so curious on like his take, but I don't want to pick his brain just yet.
Okay.
Because it's really sad.
Yeah, that shit trips me out every time I look at that Quest Pro. His face, his eyes, his smile. That shit trips me out.
What do you guys think of the outline of their monetization program? Like just the framework.
Ooh. I'm just gonna eat my Sour Patch Kids. I'm just gonna eat my Sour Patch Kids.
What? Well, first off, the one thing that I
see the work rate of people that are monetized in here. You see the work rate of them. You see, you know, constant parties, constant traffic to get that traffic. You know, and you kind of notice who's monetized because you always see them putting something on to get that traffic to keep that money coming in.
Yeah. For sure.
For me, that's stress in itself. I'm not interested. I just want to build. I just want to put something out, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean?
For me,
go on.
The biggest one The biggest one for me is I don't want them to take 47.5% out of my shit. That shit doesn't motivate me to be creative. It doesn't make me want to do more. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's my
that's
that's
on every $10. That's like crazy, insane.
Yeah.
And then tax, tax for whoever you are. You know, 'cause you
yeah,
gotta pay
whatever
let's say,
state.
Yeah, they ain't
Yeah,
paying
exactly.
tax either. That's the
State or
funniest thing.
country.
They'll take 470 and not even pay tax on that shit, and they'll tax you on $10 probably. No, they ain't
Yeah,
gonna do
no,
that.
absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, it's
So
just
do you guys
funny,
do you guys
man.
think that there could be more soapstone comedy clubs, right? Where that just is that's kind of its own thing that just took off to the sky. And I mean, as far as I'm aware, Unemployed Alcoholic isn't like somebody that has conglomerated a bunch of world chains. He just has Soapstone, and that's it.
Mhm.
And now they're bringing Dry Bar of Soapstone Comedy. Did you see that the venue event that they're gonna do? Like a live. It's actually live, and it's a
Oh, I
Soapstone
did.
production.
I did.
I mean, it's crazy.
Were they like mixing it? They're mixing him in
In
the
VR,
reality
and he has a
with the
team too. He has
VR.
like 2 other comedians on there. It's incredible. Like, I mean, there's no way he's not making good money to do that stuff. But so, do you think? Well, I guess back to my original question: do you think that that's a one-off? Do you think he just got lucky, like he was one of the early guys, or do you think that we could see that moving forward?
I think you got to follow their agenda in order to get that opportunity. Honestly,
Yep.
you got to fall in their selection. They're optional. Their selection. That's the one thing I do notice about them, man. They're selective.
I remember one time the whole metaverse was down. The only place you could go to was the Soapstone. And then
And that's the
everyone was
day I
like-
lost my
Do you
account
remember,
forever.
Jay? Do you remember? Do you
Yes,
remember?
and that is the day I never got Horizon back in my old account.
Like the only place you could travel to literally was the Soapstone.
That was March
Really?
23rd. I will never forget that at 2:30 in the morning.
Jay Vanity will remember forever the day that
Traumatized. Literally
Talking
traumatized.
about that. Hey, you're on mute. You're on mute, by the way. You're on mute. Talking about that, Schlick. What do you think about the Soapstone? I know we actually had
Unemployed alcohol.
unemployed alcohol in here, and we had him for an episode. What do you think about Soapstone, like being the only one, like Ding Dong said, being the only one that is like the one-off getting the support, to, hitting the rockets? hitting the
Yeah, I
moons,
feel
that.
like he has some connections and he knows some people that know other people that could help him out. I think that his values aligned with Facebook, making it clean, making it, he's an ex-alcoholic trying to better himself, better Horizon Worlds by making everything clean. I think it was just being at the right place at the right time. He was here early. Being here early helped, so there wasn't as much competition. But I definitely think there's room for significant, like different styles. Like I want to make a freaking dirty comedy club, right? That's like
Right.
what I want to do. I've been talking.
What is that
to
show
Neo
you're
about
talking
that.
about? What is
There's
that
this
show
show called I fucking Kill Tony. It's called Kill Tony Podcast, and I'm creating a version of that. It's gonna be the Kill Phil Podcast, and it's pretty much they got people in chairs, like me and Neo are hosting it, and then we have friends come on, and then we have people in the audience that we choose at random. They get 30 seconds. No, they get a minute on the mic to do a stand-up comedy routine. And then after they do their minute of stand-up comedy, we talk shit to them, say that was trash or like that was really cool, and then interview them until we get tired of them and then draw another name. And it's a really fun show to watch. Watch the Kill Tony podcast. It's really funny, and I think it would be cool. I want some dirty comedy though. That's the big thing. I don't like that you can't say fuck in Soapstone. You'll get kicked off of the stage if you swear. They have like an algorithm.
She got
that
kicked
knows
out.
it.
Yeah.
Jay was in Soapstone and she got kicked out. What was the date again? Because of what reason?
Huh?
Her
Really-
account got banned.
No, my
23rd.
account got
account.
banned because the servers crashed. But I was in Soapstone
Oh.
eating teriyaki, and I
Oh,
did
no.
get kicked
So-
out for just
so
staying
here,
there.
I have my Soapstone story. So I used to go to Soapstone a lot in the beginning, as I think many of us probably did. And
I avoided it.
I've been pulled and removed quite a bit, just people, there's always one, right? I talk a lot. There's always one. I never get actually removed though, which is flattering. But one time I went in there and I'm a supporter, so I went in the back, grabbed the broom, put it between my legs, and just started rolling around on sprint. And people were like trying to get my attention. I would just ignore them, and I guess that made them mad, so they removed me.
Yo,
Like
it's so
my
funny.
cosplay.
Yeah,
You like
it's a
that, though?
cool.
Like, how I'm able to sit here and like look over at Neil, and Neil's like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing, man?"
Yo, I know that shit is hilarious. This shit is trippy as hell.
Yeah.
Especially when he
that's the cool part
smiles.
about it. It makes this shit real. You know what I mean? And, like,
Dude,
it's
I
like,
got
laugh
nothing
at
but
you, you know
love
I'm
for
laughing.
Soapstone though. Like
Nah, yeah, for
Soapstone,
sure, for
I
sure.
want you
They're
to
not
be
doing
nothing
anything
but
wrong.
successful.
Absolutely not doing anything
It's
wrong.
like we can't be jealous and salty that you're getting favoritized by fucking Meta. Meta just wants to blow you and let them blow you, dude. I would do the same thing. Okay, like there's nothing wrong with being the favorite. And if people try and hate on you, it's just because they're jealous, right? They
You can't-
always
you
we
know, you
always we
can't
could be
hate
the
on it.
favorite.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you can't hate on
You know what I
it.
mean? You know. You
And he's a
can't hate
nice
on them.
guy. He's actually a
He
truly
is
like
He is.
nice
He is.
person.
Incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
He is.
But I think that opportunity should be offered to more individuals.
should.
in here.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
a lot of
I agree.
individuals doing a lot of good things in here, and they're not getting no recognition for anything that they're doing. Really,
Yeah,
Dude,
What do you
there's
think-
people
what do you
doing
think about
here
the
some.
lanes? Go ahead,
What was
go ahead,
that?
Neil. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say
saying, like,
there's people here truly doing some revolutionary things with
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
technology.
yeah.
Literally, so many people doing revolutionary things, from architecture, from fashion, from music, from podcasts. Like, yo, they're just it's insane. There's so many people doing amazing things, and like I don't know how some of these people are not blowing up, and they're just not plastered everywhere with these amazing things they're doing. Like literally, this is a good example because we're in here right now. But us doing a podcast, we literally eliminated the fat out of everything by doing the podcast in this style. Why? Because we don't got to pay
There's
for
no
a plane ticket.
equipment.
Yeah, there's no equipment, there's no team, we don't got to get the equipment, we don't got the camera, we don't got the gear, we don't got to fucking call up the person and be like, oh, what day, what time, oh, hurry, I need to get there, or we can't get him on that day because he's busy, he's flying there, he's flying over there, or we can't because we live in different states. We eliminated everything and we simplified it to what the future could be, which is put on your VR headset anywhere you at in the world and come and have a conversation. Let's give value to the listeners.
Yeah.
Like that is revolutionary shit to me, you know, and there's more to that. There's amazing people creating cars, the future design of the car, the future architecture. Like, hey, you want to build this blueprint of this house? Come and see it here first and get the feel and see how it feels to walk through the living room that goes into the bedroom. And this is the exact measurements for Fashion Week. This is revolutionary so more, you could bring more eyes and more people to see fashion, you know, because they could put it on anywhere on the world. Then maybe they can't fly to New York and see Fashion Week there. Why? Because they're all the way in the Philippines and they don't got a passport to fly. But guess what? They put on the VR headset and now they could be part of the Fashion Week, watching it, experiencing it. There's amazing things being done, and these people are not getting pushed.
And it's creating some amazing people as well. You know, there's people that come in here that, you know, usually people stick in their lane. They're either a scripter, they're a builder, you know, they're a content creator, they do podcasts, you know, they do whatever they kind of stay in their lane in here. But what I've noticed is, so take me for instance, I came in here and one of the first things I started doing was building architecture. Now I can't draw for shit. I can't draw. You asked me to draw a house. You're getting a 4-year-old's, you know, a house with the square, the pointed roof. But ask me to build you a house in there. I can build anything that you can imagine. You know.
Right.
So it's creating things and creating people and creating new talents that people didn't even know that they had. Scripters.
Also box.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can box too. Talking about boxing, the boxing event the other day, that was amazing. He had advertisements, he had everything.
Sponsors,
you know,
Regal Boxing.
sponsors. Regal
and that press
Boxing. Like,
conference where
you know,
we
shout
got,
out
man,
to
it's
Chief.
incredible. The media
Yeah.
tags and the podium. I mean, incredible.
That's
Really,
amazing.
really great experience. Yeah. So
I
guess-
felt like
so
a
when
professional boxer. My entrance was amazing. I had Big Ben in the background,
I thought
the British
you were a
flag.
professional boxer, my brother.
Oh, you know,
thought you
I
were.
felt like you imagine the future of boxing in here. Do you know what I mean? Like, Come on, it's
Yeah, and that's entertaining. That's
Technically
entertaining.
Mayweather.
That's perfect.
Yep.
You know,
The
it's a new
it's
branch of
limitless.
entertainment.
It's limitless
New
what you can do.
branch of entertainment. New branch.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Yeah, we're getting
And-
the fucking Regal boxing motherfuckers on this podcast. One thing I love about Joe Rogan is he's interconnected with the UFC, and he gets all the cool ass UFC fighters on. We should talk to Regal Boxing. Maybe we could try and like start announcing his freaking boxing matches.
Yeah,
There
maybe
you
you
go.
guys
That's a
probably
good
have better
idea.
luck than I did. I tried, but they have like a real announcer. I was like, oh shit, I could do a good Bruce Buffer, but he didn't want it. Big
Yeah,
deal.
we should do
Shout out
that
to Flex
shit,
Tie,
bro.
man. Shout out to Flex Tie. Yeah,
Flex tie.
it's incredible. So I guess the point I was gonna make to what Neil was saying was what do you think about people who trailblaze their own lane? You know, like the malls, the big immersive cities, and how people have monetized them, the music artists, right? I mean, do you think that there's enough that each person can sort of get like one rocket ship per discipline, and if you're the first person to jump in, you go, or do you think it was kind of a overall winner, if you will, and it happens to be unemployed alcoholic? Because even Danica City, you know, he the Stew's in venues, but I mean, besides that, I don't feel like he gets the same love.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, not
True.
even
I feel like
close, not even
eventually it's
close,
gonna
that's what I'm saying.
come. One thing that people lack, and I have the same thing, is patience, bro. There's how many users in Horizon Worlds? Not everybody can get recognized, even if you work really fucking hard.
Right.
But eventually, if you keep consistently working hard, you might be able to get recognized. But dude, I'm like a little less than a year. We're coming up our 1 year anniversary of being in the metaverse. And a
Same.
year
In
feels like a
December,
lifetime,
yeah.
but at the same time,
Mm.
people do shit for like 10 years before getting recognized in the real
No,
world.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
true.
And I
Yeah,
think
that's
there's just a couple of nuggets, I guess, things that come to mind, like that are prolific. Andrew Money doing the Horizon Day thing. I don't know. It just what I thought was crazy was he just circulated it. People really don't even know what the plan is, but it just circulated everywhere. December 9th is Horizon Day, and like he has a really good plan for it, but people just don't know what it is. But it's still circulated because of that loyalty to Andrew Money and what he's doing. You see things like bot battles by Katniss Everclean, and you do music for music, 2 bots, and then the audience gets to pick kind of if somebody dropped a hit. That's a nightmare for DMCA, but I guess until we get to that point where it's that big of a deal, I think it's a very interesting way to engage your audience. Everybody's anticipating what's the song he's going to use to respond. Is he going to pull out an oldie? Is he going to pull out somebody who's more fresh? And everybody just, I thought it was crazy. I was impressed by.
Shit, I need
just
to get
the
into that.
level of-
I want to get on
you
that.
just
See?
you bring your bot up there,
Yeah.
and then you go song for song, 45 seconds. You pick whatever song you want. So I battled Victor 3000, which, as you guys know, I mean, that's a tough fight. I'll say it on live. I did keep up with him, but he's incredible. He was so quick. He knew exactly what to respond to with each song. It was incredible. But just things like that, Meta Feud, Wheel of Witches, these game show replicas, the squares. It's incredible how people have adapted them, and like you said, these are forms of entertainment that people and I think that's the key is like you can't be on Joe Rogan's podcast if you're not a who's who, but you can feel like you're on Joe Rogan's podcast when you come into something like this, and it's prolific
Right.
in here, right? This is if it's the biggest thing in this lane, then you might feel that way. They just had Mims in here on Bass Drop Radio last week. That was big. DJ Epps live DJing, a real life DJ in Miami, well-known guy, live DJing here in the metaverse, right? These things are huge. People like Biggie Paul is breaking down that fourth wall and doing scripting courses for people. Like all of that stuff is massive, and the whole Golden Avenue, the alley, primitive shapes
Golden's
like
a
conglomerate,
legend,
and
man.
their society that they've done, where they're kind of just and people are just waiting for the next thing. They did the Alien Invasion. Remix of, all that stuff is incredible. I think to his point, like in due time, I think everybody will get their shine. Harles Mack doing the music videos, we taking over the
Hell
meta,
yeah,
right?
dude.
Like, that's
Charles
crazy.
Mack, Coda,
that was
Coda,
crazy.
over the verse.
Coda House,
Yeah,
man.
that was
Yo,
crazy.
this
Chris Kane.
that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
some things like I'm playing in my car on the way to work, man, like blasting. You know
Literally.
what I mean? No joke, no joke.
Dude,
you
I'm
know?
I'm making videos with their songs over it. Like literally, like their song is the theme of the fucking video. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, it's crazy.
Like talking
it's
about
crazy.
music. Music is a big thing in this platform, and it's insane to me that they haven't got the the love.
1 minute, guys.
Because
I'll be right
music
back.
is the big thing, and like people are collaborating that they never thought they would be able to collaborate. You know, people are sharing their creativity in music, adding their own sauce. You're getting all these cool new mixes. It really truly seems like the next version of like SoundCloud, or like this is where they're gonna come from.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Mhm.
absolutely.
I could
think
definitely
they're
see that.
showing a lot of talent, especially because
Like
although it
concert,
feels
doing
like
the
there's so
voice,
many-
all that. And it'll be
Yeah, like,
easier. Imagine
who
people
was
doing
it?
the voice in this.
Who was it? Somebody did like a crazy EDM rave. MSP promoted. They put it on. I don't remember who it was. It was insane, man. What they had going on in that space. I mean, the world that they built for it looked like a half coliseum, and they had just so much going on with the lighting and the neon and the blocks, and you could jump. I mean, it was incredible EDM sort of mix, and I'm forgive me, I can't remember who it was, but just stuff like that is like, I mean, mind blowing that you can do that stuff in here, and I think you're starting to see people who are more prolific come in here. I think that will help. Did you guys hear about the Marlon Wayans show that's exclusively in here, where he has celebrities sit down and put the headset on, and he scares them.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, I
yeah.
don't know how much.
Yeah, I've seen
because
that.
of the fact that it's like exclusively in here. I don't know how much it'll do for outside, but I know the phone application. I'm very interested to see what that does for the ticker. Right? I don't know if it'll
Yeah.
move the needle, but I mean, people being able to get on here on their computer, although it's not easy, right? Horizon or Meta doesn't make it easy for you to do. I think when the day comes that you can just pick up your phone and walk around in what appears to be a 3D avatar and fucking chat with people, you'll probably see the needle move quite a bit. But instead, Meta's doing other shit. They're putting John Legend and what's that guy's name? He reminds me of Bill Nye the Science Guy. He's like building shit. What's that guy? You know?
Yeah, I saw that NASA thing.
whatever.
I went in there the
It's
other day and I
something
was
like that.
like,
He's, like,
what?
building
There was no one in there. I was like, they're not
Yeah,
not
look,
reading
I'll
the
find out
numbers
what
on
it
this
is.
stuff. They're not reading the
Wait,
numbers
what did
on
they
this
do?
stuff. Like,
John Legend, what did they do? What did they
I
build the world?
I
What
went
did
in
they
there.
do?
This
Concert,
guy was
which I
just
think is
this
such
guy
a
was
waste.
building, and even the concerts that they do have in there, like 2 Chainz and stuff like that. It's literally
Billie
like
Eilish,
3
she's
songs,
up.
3 or 4 songs,
I-
just
you
like
know
Well,
what?
the
Adam
Post
Savage,
Malone
that's what
one
it's
was
called,
stunning.
Tested.
the
That
Post
was
Malone
stunning.
Yeah,
one
the
was
Post
good. The
Malone
Post
one was
Malone one was
stunning.
good.
What they
Yeah,
should
that
do-
was
was a
He
good
That was
actually
fire.
did
marketing.
that
That was good.
for
They
Meta.
should've
Dude,
done
I'm
it.
Yeah.
surprised they didn't have a bigger turnaround, honestly.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I'm
you know
surprised
what
they
I
just
think
took
would've
it
been great?
off. Like,
If they,
Yeah, people couldn't wait
if
to
they
go
put
to that.
in-
Like,
yeah, now they have the Biggie one coming out in December.
yeah,
That's
that
a
looks
good one.
amazing.
That's a good
That
one.
looks
That's a
good.
good
That
one.
looks
That's
good.
gonna look
There's
so
like
good.
10,000
But
You're
one
on
thing
mute again.
They'll get good reception.
one thing I did roll upon last night, they had a Wild and Out World. Have you guys went there?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's by
Andrew.
as well.
That's
That's
Andrew.
Andrew Money. Yes.
That place was amazing. When we first came in here, that was one of the most jumping spots. When I first came in here, that
Hey,
was
Flex
crazy.
Ty,
It
welcome.
used to be crazy in
Yeah, and
there.
he's bringing it back for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
used to be crazy.
Well, I went in
there.
there the other night. It wasn't so organized. I mean, shout out. It was beautiful and it looks awesome. It's just there wasn't like
It's
a
only
script
organized
to
when
go by.
Andrew's in there.
Yes,
It's only
yes,
organized
yes,
when
Andrew
he's
was
throwing
not
an
in
event.
there.
Yeah,
he
it's
wasn't.
only organized
Yeah,
when
no,
he
no, yeah,
posts an event.
He has it. He has it
Mhm.
coming up this month. Right now, he's just busy. Andrew's another one, man. Shout out to Andrew Money. He's got tons of
Yeah.
projects on the way. Domino's Roulette, Wild and VR, another hosting. I mean, that dude's doing a lot of stuff in the metaverse. So
Yeah,
good on him.
I thought it was
Blackjack
cool,
is
like the
clever.
layout. Yeah.
I don't even like blackjack, but I like going in there, and I won't lose my chair for the record.
Dude, it's funny how you just look over there when you say that. It's just,
Well, yeah.
I'm still
I
tripped
saw,
out.
I saw somebody like, phew, I'm like, what's up, man? What's up, Viking Postman? Thanks
That's
for
so
joining us.
trippy.
Even though I'm a
Another
guest
UK.
myself. But...
Another UK
Man,
homie.
thanks for having me, Neil. I
Hey,
appreciate it,
welcome,
man.
welcome,
That was
man,
very
welcome.
welcoming. For all the
Not
viewers, I
for
just
sure,
walked
dude.
in here
Always.
and they were like, "Hey, come on in." So super
Yeah.
dope.
For
I'd recommend coming down
sure.
here and talk your shit.
sure.
I've never met Technical personally, but I did do a video promoting the fights. I mentioned his name and tagged him. So, Jay Vanity, I've done something for you before. So I'm a lover of the community, man. I am. I just really am. I love all the stuff that you guys are doing. And although I can't build a box to fucking fit my Amazon packages in, I'll definitely film you guys building your back.
You know what though? That comes though, big dung man. Like that comes. I couldn't build shit when I first came in here. You know, I didn't even want.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm not
have
a
no
builder either.
aspirations of building at all, and it was just something I picked up. You know.
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
bet it's more of therapy for me mostly. Like,
Same
I'm
here.
like ding dong. Like I have like a bunch of worlds Jay knows that I'm too OCD. Like I'm a perfectionist and I want it to be perfect. Like I
Yeah, the
don't want
day will
nobody
come.
to say nothing about my
Yeah, like
my
oh God,
wall
this is
being
Z-
off.
This is Z-written, this isn't perfectly snapped. Like,
Oh,
this
listen,
is
Flex
crooked.
Ty. Shout out to Flex Ty. He's in the audience right now. He came and saved my
Yeah,
life
Flex
with
Ty.
the Z
Come in
ribbon
here, bro. You
in a
want to chat it
world
in?
that I've
No, not
been
today.
building for
So
Jay,
he's just like, nah.
and he ain't gonna come in, baby
It's
boy.
What about you,
what is
Viking?
it,
You want to come in here?
84th? What is it called? 84th?
84th Grove Street.
Yeah, is that his?
No,
Yes, that is
94.
his.
Yeah,
No,
check
it's
out-
not
dude,
94.
check out-
I thought it was 84th Grove Street.
It's 80 something. Yeah. Check out 80 something Grove
Not
Street.
us
He'll come
not
and tell us.
forgetting, not us forgetting our own friend's
84? Is it
world.
84? What is it?
I feel like it's 84th Grove Street.
86, 82.
80.
75.
49.
49.
What is it? 49th Grove Street.
He's
Y'all
totally
were
wrong. He was way off.
Yeah.
You guys are all
49 Grove Street. Check it out. I think personally it's a dope world. My only criticism was that they were all standing there in suits the day they did the grand opening and it looked like the Purge House.
It was a
Oh,
black
wow.
tie
That
event,
was all I
ding
said.
dong. It
That
was
was
a
all I
black
said. That was all I
tie.
said about it was that I thought I was like a minority coming to get fucked up on Purge House. That was it.
Oh, damn.
It was a black
Bro,
tie event. It was announced. It was
I
black
hope, I
tie.
hope I don't get like canceled. I'm sorry, Neo. I'm being
Nah, you
being
won't.
a little crazy.
I love it when
Nice.
people look
You
at a
good.
world and they're like, "Oh, I could build this world so much better."
Oh,
And I'm
I
like,
hate
"Fuck
that.
Oh
you,
my
dude.
god.
Fuck you."
cares?
That's a-
Oh
It doesn't
my
matter.
god.
It's not
Only-
even
only-
who
only
cares.
the
It's like,
people that
then why
can't
didn't
build-
you build
Yeah.
it?
Only
Then
the
why
people
didn't
that
you
can't
build it
build say
then?
that stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That will
Only the
never
people
be
Yeah,
said
see,
about
I hate
Flex Tie,
criticism.
just an
I don't like
FYI.
criticism. For
Literally.
I was in Shinji just did a VR chat world. You have to excuse me. I'm not a huge VR chat guy, but he did a replica of the Black Cat, is what I
Yes.
understand.
Oh yes,
Right.
it's so
Yes.
funny.
Without saying any names, somebody walked in there. I mean, what I would consider to be a popular creator, and was just shitting all over it. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. Like, it's not like he's trying to
don't
claim that
go.
that's his intellectual property. It's clear he will be the first to admit that it's not his idea, but he brought it to life here. What
It's
the fuck's
something
it
that
to you?
he
But there's loads of
admired
VR
and
chat worlds in here.
utilizes.
He
There's loads of
admired
VR
There's a
chat
lot.
worlds in here.
We're
Like,
all
And you know,
there's a
so
lot.
crazy. And you know,
Country
so
brought
crazy.
in the Netflix and chill world. He recreated
Yeah.
that world too.
Yeah.
there's
Country
loads of
did
them in there.
It's
So
something
you
we
know,
admire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shinji
and
did
the-
that.
in
Shout
real
out to
life.
Shinji.
And the thing is,
Yeah,
like
Shinji.
I tell a lot of people this is like there's a lot. I was telling D, especially that's me and D talk a lot about this. Is like people just don't know how to
Oh, my
like.
bad.
You're good. People just don't know how to like verb things correctly. Like for me, like I get inspired, I use the correct verbiage, but people are already so catty, like what Slick and Neo said, that people are so quick to say, "Oh, I'm better and I could do this." You know, people just need to learn how to use
And
the
do
correct
it.
vocabulary and utilize it. Like for me, I work with Flex. You know, I admire Flex. He's someone that I adore so freaking much, and I let it be known. But I politely say, "Hey, Flex, is it okay if you teach me some building techniques?" And because I got inspired, and I want you to teach me some certain aspects that not only you perfected, but I want to perfect in my own builds, but keep it within my style. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay. And then he is
So
now
that's-
working with me on, and that's how the homework assignment developed. You know,
Yeah.
like there's
So
ways
Jay
you
got
can go
that
about
homework.
yeah, so that's how you can go about conducting assignments and learning from the people that you utilize and you admire. Like me and Matt Lowe, I didn't even know who Matt Lowe was. Matt Lowe didn't know who I was. I threw myself at Matt Lowe and I was like, I really freaking adore your work. And now me and him are working together on so many things. We developed this beautiful relationship because not only did I communicate that with him, but I also used the correct vocabulary on respecting myself as a creator and him and not making it feel like I'm stepping on anybody's toes. Let it be
Yeah.
known.
And that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing is like
Let it be
learning.
known.
Like we all
Yeet.
need to learn from each other because you get people in here into worlds and just like Jay said with the homework assignment, you know, Flex Ty is the master builder. I mean, I've never seen anybody more stunning than him. And so I wanted to learn in my own way. Yes, he could build it better, 110%. but we all got homework assignments, me, Jay, and Matt Lowe. Well, now me and Matt Lowe are in competition, which I don't even know why I did that. I should just jump off a bridge and get it over with. But, we're doing it in our own style. It doesn't have to be a replica. And I don't want to do it better than anybody else. And that's what people aren't understanding is like technique. We can learn from each other.
I
And
love
so,
that
like,
word.
now we're
And then
making.
adopt it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
and
love
so
that
now
word
me and-
too.
Me and Matt Lowe
Realism
now
is
make it
incredible.
are making it a kind of an event thing where we are doing it for a nonprofit. The loser has to donate $50 to that certain person's nonprofit, and that pushes you to
Wow.
learn and to do things together and have a competition and actually have an outcome instead of I'm better than you. Because
Yeah.
that's what I get a lot here is like you go into worlds and the first thing you hear is, oh, look at
criticism.
this. Like, it's always
Yeah.
criticism.
It's not snapped. This is not snapped.
This
Oh,
is not
criticism's
snapped.
good though, but
And-
if
and
you're
you know
being
so crazy? Remember-
It's kind of funny.
shitty.
It's just,
Constructive
it's just,
criticism's good.
it's just like Inspector
Constructive.
Gadget's just coming in here. Excuse me, let me go
just
check my
going
little
through
chart.
everything.
Oh my
uh,
god.
oh my god, there's a little
Remember
crease
last
there.
I
And
do that. When someone asks me to test the world, I will do that because I have
Criticism's
OCD.
good.
And
I'm
if
gonna
they
pick-
are asking
It is
me
good.
to do it,
But
by
don't be
all
an
means, I
asshole.
will do it. But I
I'm
would
gonna-
never do that. Not
I'm
in
gonna-
public.
I'm gonna piggyback off you, D. Remember last night or 2 nights ago, we were with Kate Austin, me, you, and Flex. We were all talking.
Mhm.
Remember
Mhm.
that certain someone came into Kate's world, a Wahoo night. Shout out to my girl Kate. I love you, girl. We're not gonna
Amazing
drop
girl.
we're not gonna drop names, okay? But there was a certain person that tried to get my attention first, with him coming into the furniture game. And I kind of got a feel for the personality. It just wasn't aligning with mine. And I disassociated respectfully. And then he went after D and Flex. But long story short, this creator came into Kate Austin's world and ripped the most stupidest thing apart. And it was her clouds. Kate is known for her scenery and
Yes.
her beaches. I would never
Beautiful.
thought in a million years a creator trying to be known would rip someone's clouds apart. And Kate is known for phenomenal beaches and all this other stuff. And Kate was like the only person that I would get that type of criticism is from, it was literally, she said, myself, Jay Vanity, D or Flex or anybody she trusts or has that bond with. Other than that, Kate dismissed him. Like, I was like, you go, girl, because at the end of the day, everyone can be a creator. Everyone is a creator once you step and
Yeah.
sign up for Horizon Worlds.
But
It's about, it's learning. But once you conduct that platform of yourself, of having that toxic trait of unnecessary criticism without it being asked for, then you're already ruining your reputation. And I'm so thankful Kate is professional as it is. She just dismissed him and said, I'm not going to listen to you. These are the people that I would listen to. And he spawned out of the world respectfully, And it's the thing is like, once it's needed, it's needed. Once you ask, and you're going to get what you ask for. But once you come in here and shredding apart, that already puts a pinpoint in other people's mind. And you don't even know who the hell you're talking to, depending on the creator. And if they already have good ties, you already ruined your reputation then and there.
Yep.
And he
Yep.
did. Just saying.
Yeah. Going back to what you said though, constructive criticism is needed. I build a lot with Cam, and Cam will come in and rip my shit apart. But it's constructive. It's
Exactly.
constructive. It's
Constructive.
before
You
I
have
put it
that
out.
bond. You have
Yeah,
that
we have
structure
that
already.
bond before I put it out. He'll be like, Tech, you can't do. I put something out yesterday, and he was like, the rocks. You need to fix the rocks. And we're talking down to the smallest things, like the rocks aren't placed. He says the rocks aren't placed randomly. You need to place them randomly. They look too structured. But
they're 1 degree off.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's constructive criticism because you've got that bond with that
Right.
person. If someone comes into my world and I don't know them and they're ripping myself apart, I'm not a rude person, so respectfully, I'm gonna tell them that I don't, it depends on how you build, you know what I mean? And I will come over and have a look at your stuff, do you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna rip it apart. Constructive. I spend most of my days in here now helping people. You know, sometimes I've got
Same.
another account now. Sometimes I have to go into, if I want some peace, I'll go into my other account because I could spend literally a day just going around helping people in building and stuff like, which I don't mind, you know, but sometimes you just want to get down to your own stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, when I first came in here, there was like the gatekeepers that, you know, you would ask for help and you wouldn't get no help. You know,
You were like loading music into a server or to
loading music,
like that.
loading music.
Like
That's the
yeah.
gatekeeper
It's
still.
like that.
That's
still being
gatekeeper.
gatekeeper.
It's still the best kept secret.
Yep, that's still being.
Even though we already know how they do it.
What's the name of that other account that you use?
I ain't telling you that.
It's just called call.
Yeah.
Literally, just the end. The last 4 words, call.
But yeah, there was a lot
I'm
of
kidding, I don't
gatekeepers
even
where
know.
now people will go around and help new builders and help them, you know, go in their world and help them, teach them stuff. I've taught so many people how to build in here, and then, you know, you teach them and then it's like they don't need you anymore.
So what would you guys say is are appropriate things to charge money for in here?
DJing, music service. Depending on what you're trying to convey, I would say
That's
some
impressive.
scripting. For me and my builder team, we do production, so we're charging for stages and some elements of rentals. And just some small marketing things. Other than that, everything should be community based. And I'm learning myself that as well. That's all.
Also, camera people, drones.
Oh, and camera. Oh, no.
That's-
That one you have to definitely charge for
Yeah.
because that's a lot of.
like beneficial
that's-
games. Shout out to beneficial games, man.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah, that's what he did. A big thing of what he does is just placement of the camera and then being able to pan and stuff like that. Smart guy.
Yeah, he did the
Yeah, that
boxing-
shit is
he did
not
the
easy to
boxing show
do.
Good.
No, yeah, absolutely not. I was
And
recording
you
a
gotta
video
spend
and I was-
money in
I was
order to do
centering
that.
the red dot, and that's the wrong thing to center. Because the red dot, it's like at a specific point, but if you're disproportionately faced one way more than the other, it's wrong. So knowing
Literally.
all that stuff is important. It's very important.
Literally.
But yeah, I mean, I'm curious what the rest of the folks think. Like, what's an appropriate thing to charge money for in here?
Well, for me, I've had a few commissions for cars and stuff like that, but that's because the cars that I build are cars that are in the real world. So I'm building something that's real. It's I've got to get it right because everybody knows that car exists. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't. It's got to look like the car. So I know I've had a few commissions for cars and things like that. But generally, for me, if I'm just gonna go in someone's world and help them snap whatever else, I'm not gonna charge for that. Do you know what I mean? Because I know how hard it was for me when I first came in here to get people to help me. You know, and I feel like the community has definitely moved a lot along the way since when I came in here, and people are willing to help you. But when I first came in here, there was you wouldn't get no help because it was competitive. Not like it is competitive now, but it was that whole I'm going to keep these secrets because that's what makes me different to the next builder.
Exactly.
Where now, you know, when I first came in here,
It's like
you
Popeye's
spawned.
chicken secret recipe, you know?
Yeah. If you people was building houses, and you would spawn right into the house. There was no environment. There was no garden. He wasn't building out. He wasn't building out environments like we build out now, skylines and city lines and stuff like that.
That's
You
impressive.
literally spawned into the room. You know, you spawned into the living room or wherever it was. You saw the flat. You saw the house. And then that was it. You left. Now people are building out whole worlds, building out environments. They're immersing the player into a world.
Like
You go
Rooftop
into a world.
42 is a great one. Shout out
Yeah,
to,
Victor,
Sandwich.
yeah. That
depth
skyline's
perception,
amazing.
That illusion
Yeah.
and like the cars coming to the stop. I mean, incredible.
Oh,
And
wait,
this is-
what's it called? 42, what is it?
42.
Roof 42,
Rooftop
Rooftop
42,
42.
yeah.
The best world I've ever seen build. Remember that one, Schlick? He showed us
those
before
games.
he publicized it.
Oh,
Victor?
Yeah,
my
me too.
God,
He works for Meta?
Yeah.
bro.
He has
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
little podcast, a little like
Yeah.
No, he's
news
got everything.
area.
The dude's got
Yeah.
everything. He's
He's
even
got
got a
everything.
computer
Version.
with the
Yeah.
secret freaking code that you have to do and process to do to turn on the computer.
Yeah.
And it has like
Yeah.
access to
Joystick
freaking
game
do
with the
shit in the
car and
world.
the
Yeah.
lines, that shit's impressive.
Oh my
And-
god.
Yo, did he
and-
publish
and-
that? Did he publish it?
Yeah, it's published now. Yeah, it's published. I went in there as a tester as well, but it's published
It's
now.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
I think
it
he
is.
might have been there the
I've been
same
waiting
night
for like
as
3
us,
months.
honestly.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I
Might
think I
have been.
was. He wanted to
It
test
was
the
a
game
pretty,
out with the
pretty
players.
big group.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean,
even
even
that
that
world
now,
is like the best world I've seen.
even that
Oh my
now, I
God.
mean,
1,000
people are
likes.
immersing games in a game.
And
People are
that's
playing
without
games
him,
in a game.
panhandling.
Literally.
Exactly.
You know, some folks
Yeah.
panhandle their likes. He's not doing any of that. So that almost 1,000.
And
It's been out for a few weeks. I think that's
he's from the
Oh, wow.
UK, right?
Yeah, he's from the UK. Yeah.
I heard
Oh,
him.
shit.
I saw
He,
him.
lives,
and
he
then
lives
I
in
was like,
Amsterdam.
this UK guy
Amsterdam,
was
something
acting
like that.
like normal. He was acting like he wasn't shit when I first met him. He was acting like pretty much just like, like the billionaire that dresses bummy. Right? That's what he was acting like. It felt like to me. And he's like, "Yeah, I want you guys to see my world." And I was like, "All right, whatever. This guy's probably just got some fucking world." And then I walk in there and I'm just like, "What the hell, bro?
I'll do
Who
it
the
for you,
fuck
Slick.
are you, man?" What?
And then he was like, "Yeah, I also work for Meta."
Nah,
Yeah.
look,
He's a
But
really
he's
nice
humble
guy
as
as well.
fuck.
He's
He's
really
humble.
humble. Yeah,
On,
really humble.
on
Really
Slick's
nice guy.
behalf.
Jeez, bros,
What the hell? You eating
Oh,
an
I
apple?
know. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I did. I was like, "Are you
That's so
serious right now? What the fuck?" I was mind blown.
Yeah.
No, that place is. Yeah, I gotta go again. Actually, damn, that place is dope. The skyline, the view, the city. Man,
Yeah,
he did
yeah.
amazing.
And the
with that.
cars,
He did amazing.
But I mean, even that
Cars. I was like,
now,
how do you got this?
That's-
How do you got this
that's
much
took the game.
capacity?
What
That's
about,
so-
that's took the
Scott-
game to another level. That's took the game to another level because when worlds like that drop, that takes other creators to another level because you're like,
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
okay, I need to step my game up. I need to have some
Yeah.
kind of game
Yeah.
within my world to keep people in there, to keep people immersed. And this is how the app keeps on evolving. Yeah, this
yeah.
is how it keeps on evolving. People drop stuff. Okay, then so like I go back to the car things. Dot was like the first person to make a car what you could sit in. When Dot dropped that car, people was like, "Well, I can't make a box car that you can just look at now. You got to be able to
Yeah.
get in the car." And this is how it keeps on developing. this is how it keeps on
Right.
developing. This is how things keep. The app keeps on
Your fridge
moving.
has to have a screen on it, by the way, folks, in case you didn't know. You need
Your
to
what?
have
Your
a
fridge.
fridge in the metaverse.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god, literally.
At one point, you had to have the ice bit on it as well. Then it had to
Literally,
open.
yeah.
Your
Like-
time clock has to move. It cannot be
Yep.
static. It needs to be dynamic.
Yeah, that's true.
Little
Speaking
things,
of
man. Little things.
speaking of innovating tech, that is a great example, especially like after we did Fashion Week, me and my team, like, do you know how many fashion worlds came out and people just made me or Flex testers? I'm like, oh my god, I didn't expect all this. Like it's setting the tone and the bar of your comfortability of knowing your lane respectfully.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everyone else who made me a tester to their fashion worlds, but you also have to keep in that mindset. You are in this as a business, depending on if you filed for an LLC, like you have to keep your business stagnant and relevant because you don't want to end up, like fading off, So that's one of those
Right.
things you have to respectfully know, like, thank you for setting the bar, but thank you for making me a tester, but I am going to support you. But in a way, you still have to know what you came in here for, intentionally,
Right. Right. That happened to the podcast. I remember there was barely any podcast when we started. It was like none actually. Like doing legitly, and the next thing you
Yeah,
know,
I think there's a little less
uh,
podcasts though
he-
now. I feel like they're dying down.
Yep,
Maybe I'm
yep.
just not.
Yeah.
yo, but they
Yeah.
went crazy. They went ham.
They went
were
running crazy
for a
They
while.
They
did,
went
they
ham
did.
for like 2
They
months.
did.
Podcast after podcast.
And
I'm
now
like,
it's
holy
dying.
shit.
Yeah,
This is people think
Yeah.
this is like low hanging fruit, but it's not. You have to be able to articulate yourself. You have to be able to keep
exactly.
because you don't know.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
me, if you guys weren't good at this shit, and I'm dropping all these questions, you guys would be like,
Not knowing what the fuck.
Or
to
the
say.
conversation,
So, guys,
or the conversation would be all over the place, not
Yeah.
making sense of anything, any relevant,
yeah.
any value.
It's funny though
well,
because
yeah.
there's phases in here, and if you're in here long enough, you outlive all the
Yeah.
phases. You see them.
Yeah.
And
And
then
you're
if
like-
you see the phase come back, then you're just like, oh, yep, time to disappear
Yep.
for this amount of weeks. And then once
Yeah.
the phase comes, I'll be back.
Well,
Mhm.
what do you
Yep.
think about the people who
Yeah.
step away? What I've seen recently, and one person I can think of, I never met him in the beginning, but apparently he's well known. Flip the plug.
Who's that?
He said his.
Who's that?
I don't know. He's a DJ in here, but he said that his
Flip the
headset got
plug.
messed
Flip
up.
the
He was in
plug.
here for a long time, and then he took a
Wait, the
long
plug. I
hiatus.
remember hearing about him.
Yeah, so he just came back and he was like, "What happened? Like, what is all this? 'Cause it's all different from what he knew."
Yeah.
But what I've seen a lot of creators get discouraged when their world gets deleted or taken down. What do you guys think about that? Like
Yeah,
they're
that
like,
sucks.
I'm hanging up my Oculus. Life is over. I can't do this anymore.
You
I
gotta
don't know.
we
play
had
the
a-
game.
Yeah,
We had a
yeah,
member. We had
yeah.
a member in the 1Verse that happened to literally like our first build wasn't even this. Our first build we had at headquarters, at 1Verse headquarters, and the guy that was in our team, he was building that project. That shit just got messed up, fucked up.
I
Literally,
think he
the
fucked up,
project
though,
ended, never got
honestly.
built. Never got built. He got disappointed. He
Yeah.
never did it again. So
For
yeah, usually
community
people get
guidelines, though, you got to know what you're building. If you're building
Yeah.
something that's against community guidelines, you're
Yep.
asking to get deleted. There's not a
Exactly.
Yeah.
decentralized metaverse for Horizon yet. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
that's
yeah.
really it.
I think
If
it's
you
about.
don't think it violated, then there's a different topic. But
I think for me, I've kind of stayed in my lane and stayed to the guidelines. I've never wanted to do something where I think at one point there was saying something about music worlds getting taken down, but for music, that was the only time I was
DMCA
really
will
worried.
eventually be a thing. If it's not already on a large scale, it will absolutely be. So that I foresee that being an issue. And then intellectual property is always a big one, obviously. You know, it's just it's the way of the world. You know, you can't go and like make a shirt and start selling it that's got the McDonald's logo on it, right? At a large
Exactly.
scale, if they find out about it, they're gonna fuck you up. So I think it's reasonable. The thing is that a lot of people are in denial. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. What? And they make it seem like this is like some sort of calculated attack on them. And I'm like, I mean, you're flattering yourself. You think Meta gives a rat's ass about you or your career. I mean,
yeah. Hey, they're bullying me, bro. You got Spotify's logo in there. What are you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
like what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo,
It's
so
crazy. Go on,
so
sorry,
one quick thing. I know earlier we were talking about how Meta laid off 11,000 employees. As a final answer, do you guys think that's a good thing or a bad thing? We could go around.
I think
I don't
it's
know
a
what
bad
their
thing.
employees
Thoughts on
do,
that?
bro. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck Facebook employees do. I don't know if they need 10 or a million.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's
Yeah, I
on
think
them.
You're not
think
sure. Not
it
sure.
depends on the positions
Yeah.
that got
Yeah,
cut.
don't get rid of the fucking community guides. You can get rid of the train safety specialist though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nah.
They,
Or
they
you can
probably
just use
got rid of
AI
the
for that
community
shit.
guides.
Why aren't they
Have-
using
have-
AI for all this shit? I
Have you
don't get
noticed
it.
we've had a lot less updates though since they've done that? I think we've had like
Yeah.
one or two, like since they laid them off. We haven't had much updates like we used to. Even though the
Yeah,
updates
that's
are
true.
generally
Do
a
you
bad
guys-
thing.
Do you guys think that this is a root of like their erroneous spending and the shitty investment in the metaverse, or do you think
Course.
it's like
Yeah.
Amazon's doing it? So I think this is in some way contributed to the economy and in a direction
The
for a company like
pandemic,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know, in America anyway.
I think it's a
can't speak for
factor of
other
things.
countries.
I think it's a
Yeah,
factor of
absolutely.
things.
Yeah,
I think
So the
people
economy's
don't
about to
fuck with
fucking
Facebook.
suck.
because Amazon's getting rid of 10,000 employees too. So you know, I don't think
Yeah.
it's
they
just a
already
Meta thing.
did.
I think
They
that's
already
important.
they already laid off their IT support team for a number of different things, and even though I wasn't part of that, I was still part of their layoff, and I got fired.
What?
So it was a double.
You
hit.
work for Amazon?
Oh shit.
I did work for Amazon, but now I work at a corporate building for Nordstrom on the sales floor.
Ooh, shout out to
Hey.
Jay
Nordstrom's going out of business in 2 months. Damn,
I
bro.
think as
I
well.
hate you.
I think as well.
Nordstrom files bankruptcy.
I know when I bought my headset, my whole reason for buying my headset was to play with my friends because we was just I
Yeah.
think we was just coming out of the pandemic in the UK. Like we wasn't out of it yet. But you know, I wanted to communicate, I wanted to have that, still keep that friendship up with my friends and be in my house. Do you know what I mean? And I think we've gone from there to being back outside, back out in the community, because we've been staying in the house for so long. Everybody's trying to get back out there now. So, you know, there's not as much people thinking to themselves, well, how can I entertain myself being in the house?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Right.
I was
Good point.
thinking that same thing. You want to get Facebook ramped up again? You want to get everything going well? create another pandemic, and then the metaverse will blow up.
Oh my god.
Real talk though, like
We don't want that.
Mark, you want the fucking metaverse to blow up? Just create another COVID, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody will be here again,
I
right?
hate it
Cancel,
here.
brother.
It's like you're canceled already.
I know.
They're
I'm
probably
good
gonna-
with it.
God damn, they're probably gonna
Only
cancel this
person that
pod.
allows this is Elon, man. Go to Twitter.
No, I want to talk
Elon's
about
making
Twitter.
great again, man.
I do
Talking
wanna
about-
talk
yeah, let's go to Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter's
Yes.
unlocking
Let's
everything.
talk
Twitter,
about
bro.
Twitter,
He's
man.
back,
Let's
Trump is
talk
back, we're
about
doing good,
Twitter.
Okay, what do you guys think about
Twitter?
Trump being reinstated in Twitter? That's just the first thing. That's the big topic. What's everybody's opinion? Are you for him being back on Twitter, or are you against him being back on Twitter?
I didn't
What
even
about
know
you,
he was
Flex?
banned from Twitter.
I don't
I didn't even
see.
know.
That's
I
what
don't
you
see
call
a
the
positive
spotlight.
to this.
You don't see a positive,
Yes,
so you
I
think he
don't-
should
I
be
don't-
banned still?
Yeah, it's only going to create problems in my mind.
Okay. What about you, Technical?
I'm in the UK, man. These American things
You
don't
don't really
concern
give a
me.
fuck.
He was prepared for that one. He was waiting. He was like, "Yo, I wanted to say this for a while. This is my moment. This is my
Ding dong.
moment.
What you
Put
think?
his shield right up.
What you think, Ding Dong?
This is my."
I'm half and half. So I don't think freedom of speech necessarily applies to private enterprises, but if not Twitter, it's going to be somewhere else. Like, it's not like he was less of a problem because he didn't have Twitter. He still fucking gathers a big ass crowd in any
Yeah.
place he goes to and uses hyperbolic words, and sentences. Listen, I don't hate the guy. I'm not like unequivocally for or against Trump. I just think he's definitely an instigator without a doubt. But I mean, he's gonna have a follower base no matter what. So I think Elon did the diplomatic thing as a business and a supporter of free speech. So I'm okay with it.
What do you think, Jay?
I agree with that.
I never even knew he was banned from Twitter, so my I that's not my literally.
Apparently,
Damn.
I
Did you
just
know
think
Jeff
that.
Bezos is no longer the CEO of Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah, I did know that. I
Well,
mean,
you
that
got an
was
email.
mentioned.
That's why you got an email.
I hate you.
Sorry. I don't know
Oh
what
man, what you gonna say?
Oh
Jake?
man.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
was
I
it
was
you
just gonna say.
What is-
I think you should let everybody fucking on, racist, sexist, misogynist, whatever, and
Oh, come
let
on.
them expose themselves, like
Oh,
for
boy.
being shitty people. And if you don't like them, don't follow them or don't agree with what they say. But like, I don't believe that. Like KKK still is able to have parades. And it's not that I love the KKK or support it, but at the same time, people see the parades and say, this is a shitty group. Nobody's seeing parades of the KKK and saying, I want to join the KKK.
Except the people who have white hoods on either currently or are going to.
Yeah, but that's,
That's
what I
what I'm
mean. It's
saying.
like, why are you supposed to suppress them? Let them say their stupid shit and just don't agree with it. But I
But do
believe
you
that
think
people are
freedom of
smart enough
speech
to make their
applies-
own
do you think Freedom of
decisions.
speech applies to that platform? Because I think that's
If he
the
wants
argument.
it to. If he
Here,
wants
D,
it to be
share a
freedom of
seat with me,
speech,
D.
But it's
yeah.
not like a constitutionally protected right for you to run your,
might
your
hurt
fucking
feelings.
fingers on a keyboard, right?
Oh.
No, don't hurt. You're not going to hurt no feelings. I want a discussion for sure.
Come
Continue.
over here, D. I'll move.
I think that if
Oh yeah, you want
freedom of speech is freedom of speech, regardless if it's stupid or not. Like, if you don't like what somebody says, you shouldn't have the right to not let them say it. You should have the right to not agree with it. You should have the right to argue against it, but you shouldn't have the right to suppress something because you don't agree with it. If it incites
I look at it
violence,
like-
that's different.
This is so different. This is so different. That's why
I look at
the
it like
FBI
food.
and
Honestly, I look at it
everybody,
like
they play it different.
I look at it like food. By the way, like there's Chinese food, there's pizza. It's like, hey, I don't want Chinese food. I want pizza. You just don't eat Chinese food. You just eat the fucking pizza. This is your
Yeah, and that's
choice. You can
that's
select what you
understandable.
wanna
But too,
listen,
you
what
gotta
you wanna eat.
understand
It's
too.
kinda
There
like
is a
food.
big balance in between having an opinion and fighting for your rights, and violence and hate groups. There's a big difference. That's why they're differentiated by hate groups and by organizations.
But
If you're
freedom
an
of speech, if you
organization-
incite violence, it's not legal. Like freedom of speech has limits.
Exactly.
So if it's within the freedom of speech guidelines, I believe that it's cool. But like banning somebody if they violate freedom of speech guidelines, that's different than what I'm talking about, to clarify.
But that's what I'm saying is these groups that you're speaking of violate the whole orthodox of freedom of speech guidelines.
Well, Trump's fat, but he's not a group.
No, I'm not talking about Trump.
that.
I'm not talking about Trump.
Okay, I just wanted to make
I
sure.
don't know about that.
He's the one that brings up the KKK. I live in the
No,
deep
I'm
South.
just saying
No,
that
that's
like they have the
low-hanging
right
fruit,
to have
though.
a
Yeah, yeah.
parade. Like, and I'm not saying
Well, yeah,
that you
well,
should be
well,
a
you're looking at
KKK
it
or
as-
support it, but
Yeah.
they have the
It's the
freedom of
freedom of
speech
assembly.
to
It's the
say
freedom
we
of assembly.
are the
It's
KKK.
assembly. It's
Yeah,
assembly.
It is a
Yeah,
freedom of assembly.
absolutely.
And the thing is that nobody can stop them because they're doing it on public
No.
streets, that's what it applies to. Twitter's
Yes,
owned by
absolutely.
somebody, right? I mean,
Yes.
now it's public, so it is owned by the people. So do you guys think that matters? Like if it's a publicly traded or not? Like if it's owned by
If
the people,
Elon
if you
wants
will.
it to be freedom of speech, I believe that he should have that right to make it freedom of speech.
So you think it's up to the owner of the company? I
Yeah,
agree
if
with
I'm
that.
the
I
owner
agree
of
with
the
that.
company and I want to suppress you, you can fuck off. If I
Well,
don't like
well,
what you're saying, like,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
go somewhere else.
Sorry, D. You're looking at me like you want to fuck me up. What's up? Go ahead, say it. Say your piece.
I'm not
I didn't vote for Biden. I promise.
I think that it should be distinguished if you're on a public platform. If you, as a hate group,
Wait, but what do you
A
mean?
hate
It's not a
group.
public platform.
it is. It's owned by the public now.
But when you sign up,
No,
for it,
it's-
you have to agree to the terms of service.
Oh,
It's a-
absolutely.
it's a
That's
private
absolutely. So if you agree to the terms of service and you violate those, why are you still on there? So they should have
Yeah, I
different
agree.
aspects
so
of
if
their
you're telling
terms
a
of
bunch
service.
fucking duck season, rabbit season motherfuckers to go to the Capitol and like beat up Nancy Pelosi, is that not inciting violence?
That
Did
is
he say?
inciting
I don't know what he
violence.
said.
so-
Yeah, that's why
He said,
I can't really.
go to the Capitol on January 6th is going to get wild, is what he said.
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
sounded like
yeah.
Oh
either an
yeah,
orgy
absolutely.
or
That's
violence.
inciting violence. That's inciting violence. I think if Trump is saying that to go there on whenever freaking day, he knows
Yeah,
what
he
he's
said
doing.
he said we're going to fight and we're going to fight.
He's
like hell.
not
That was his
stupid.
words.
He's not stupid.
So
He
do you
does
think
this on
Do you think it's
purpose.
criminal though? Do you think it's criminal or is it just
It is
morally wrong?
absolutely criminal. It is
Yo,
absolutely criminal.
just to clear it out, though, there was a lot of politicians on both sides that incited violence as well. Besides him,
Marjorie
Oh,
Taylor
absolutely.
Greene is
Dude,
a
There's not-
the
there's not-
FBI
there's no
was the
ifs, ands, or
people
buts.
that was the person that fucking let them into the Capitol. Like you heard about that. There was this
Because you
fucking
wanna
guy
know
works for the
why?
FBI that was saying,
Well,
"Yeah, we gotta go in there," and then fucking got the doors open and just didn't go in, and he won't answer any questions. It's like this is
Oh,
a
yeah.
planned attack by more than just.
Absolutely.
It was like really planned by people in the.
I am not
workings of the
sophisticating
government.
of certain groups. It doesn't matter what group you are. If you're insinuating
Jay's like,
violence
"I'm
and
fucking
you
outta
are
here."
I don't know politics. Everyone knows that
Oh.
I breached my
I'm not
Yeah.
talking
politics.
politics. I ain't
No,
talking
we're not talking
politics.
politics.
I'm not talking
no
politics. I'm
politics.
just talking
no
like,
politics.
Yeah,
no
it's just Trump.
politics
We're
at
talking about
all.
the apprentice
I'm
version of
talking-
Trump.
but I'm just saying any group that initiates violence, whether if it's feminist group, which I am proudly, and if you LGBTQA plus, if you know that your actions are going to initiate like violence towards other people, and it's known that that's going to happen, yes, absolutely.
Flags,
Doesn't
no,
matter
we
what
lost
group it
them.
is.
But can
You
you,
don't like the
can you
topic.
always know that for sure, D? Like, isn't
You
there-
can
isn't
for
there a
track
reasonable
record,
argument to the
track record,
contrary,
track
always?
record, absolutely, absolutely. Media disbursement.
Think about the employee that disagreed with Elon on Twitter reply and got fired on Twitter.
I think that's
Ridiculous.
hilarious.
Did you see that?
Oh my god.
The
Like, he,
dude
like,
was talking
responded-
shit
he's
to
like-
his
he's like,
boss
"So what-"
on
he's like, "So what do you-"
Twitter.
He's like, so what do you think is the thing to do? And then somebody else wrote back, and he's like, he's fired.
No,
But the
he was
thing is,
talking
okay,
shit to
you
his
can't-
fucking boss.
I agree
You
with
can't
that.
talk shit to your boss and then just get away with it. Like, fine, get
depending
the
on the
fuck outta here.
context, what was he saying?
He was just
What was he saying?
correcting him in front of Twitter, saying, I completely disagree with this. On
Oh,
Twitter.
absolutely. Why can he not disagree?
No, it wasn't. He said you've done this completely wrong. he said, "You are wrong," and then he said, "Please tell me the right thing to do," and then he just talks shit instead of smart fucking comment. And then like doing
And then
to your
somebody else
boss,
wrote back to
Yeah.
follow up, and he said, and then Elon wrote back.
yeah, he's fired. But doing that to your boss on public
yeah,
Twitter, like
absolutely.
if I'm the CEO and one of my just employees are disrespecting me in public, like get the fuck out of here. You don't need
Listen,
to
Mark
I
Zuckerberg.
have a
I think
business as
Mark's
well.
doing
If
That's
if,
not
if
that's
they,
not
if they
professional at all.
come, it's not
Oh.
professional on a public platform, absolutely. But
Wait, on whose
Do-
part, Neo? On the employee or the boss? Or both?
Yeah.
Well, didn't the employer start the? If he started it and he's
Well,
calling him
yeah,
out
so
in
Elon had
public,
said
The-
somebody, I think somebody asked the question, and the dude took it upon
Right.
himself to respond to it and tagged Elon.
We'll get the exact combo. I'll look it up right
Yeah,
now
let's do that. Let's do that. But go
Yeah,
ahead, dude.
because
that
we can
would be-
analyze it and see.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yes, if I have an employee that comes up to me and tells me that they don't agree with something that I'm doing, absolutely. If they're doing it respectfully,
what?
like everybody had,
Oh, okay.
come to me.
I thought you were saying
Like, come to
absolutely
me.
fired.
No, 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 no. I want people
Absolutely
to talk
fine.
to
I was
me.
like, oh shit.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
want
D.
people
I
to
agree.
talk to
I
me.
agree. I'm a manager, and if my employees come up to me and want to speak to me about something, the door's always open.
Yes,
but how you
always
address that?
open.
But
how
they
you
don't
Now, if
address
they're
that conversation?
disrespectful,
Yeah.
that's different.
how
They
you
don't
If
address
tell
you
the
are
people,
in
conversation is
public
different.
Fuck this guy.
chastising me, if you're in public chastising me for my decisions, but we can have an amicable conversation in public on
Yeah.
a public platform all day long. It depends on how everybody handles it. Now, if everybody's respectful and then you say, "Hey, let's
man,
meet in
public.
the middle,"
I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of like let's say you are the manager of your store. You're in the floor of the store, right? There's customers, and one of your coworkers, whatever, comes and just starts yelling at you, even though you're his manager.
yelling
for some
and
dumb shit.
and
Like,
is
that's
different.
unprofessional. Oh,
Yeah.
we just put him on the spot in front of other people when that's not professional. Professional is like,
But that's his job.
hey,
That's
boss, or hey, man,
how
I
else
need
is
to
he
talk
going to
to
do
you.
that? That's different.
No,
We're
I'm
talking about
talking about-
stores and
I'm
physical.
No, but a platform like on social media is like a huge giant store that everybody's
So
watching.
Do you think?
Mhm.
So do you think if he wouldn't have publicized that he was fired, that would be better? But if he was still fired,
If he-
but just they just weren't told, and it wasn't.
I
related
think
to a news
what
article?
he should have
Okay,
done,
this
the
is what
owner of
happened
Twitter,
was-
say,
All right,
let's,
hold on.
we're going to have a
Jury's in, The
meeting.
jury's in. Let's hear the verdict.
He said this. Elon tweeted, "By the way, I'd like to apologize for Twitter being super slow in many
Oh, I
countries.
remember that.
App
Oh,
is
yep.
doing less than 1,000 poorly badged RPCs just to render a home timeline." And then
Mhm.
somebody comment, or then the employee fucking retweeted it and said, "I have spent 6 years working on Twitter for Android and can say this is wrong." And then Elon said, "Then please correct me. What's the right number? Twitter is super slow on Android. What have you done to fix that?" And then fucking people are like, "What's he saying?" And then he said, "You're fired." So he just said, "Yeah, you're fucking fired."
So
all right,
is that
so
fair
I
or
have-
not?
I have, I
But
have-
blatantly
I have-
saying your boss is wrong on
I have-
public
hold on, but I
Twitter
have-
when he
I have-
owns Twitter.
But if,
I don't
if
know.
he is wrong, then he's being honest with the people. So is it like
Yeah.
a moral compass type of thing? Because what about Edward Snowden? He broke the law, but he fucking was telling people that, yo, you're being spied on, just so you know. And now he's exiled, and like,
Right.
well, if he comes back,
But
he's
what
gonna be
if
in jail
what
for
if
the rest
that
of his life.
employee was right?
I know
That's
he
what
worked
I'm
for the
wondering.
government, but morally, I think he did the right thing. And now the guy's he's in Russia. Edward, shout out to Edward Snowden,
But-
man. If you're out there,
Oh my
If he
God.
was right,
Yeah, literally.
maybe
Yeah.
he could like tell Elon instead of trying to put him on blast in front of the whole world,
My
be
first
like,
time-
But
"Hey,
do you
this
think
is
he would
wrong."
Elon would ever listen to him
If he can prove
if
that
it
it's
wasn't for
wrong?
that? I mean, if it
I think
wasn't
he
for
would,
that
yeah.
platform,
He was trying to be a smart ass, and he was trying
was
to be
trying to be a
ass
smart
on-
ass, yeah.
he was trying to be a
Because he
smart
doesn't
ass on
support
Twitter.
Elon.
he was actually
Yeah,
wrong,
like-
though. The guy's been working
One
on it.
second.
Elon's just buying a bunch of shit. That doesn't mean he's a technical. Oh, what if he's actually misrepresenting the reality?
But he
to
did
the-
comment, "Then please correct me. What's the right number?" And he didn't respond.
So he gave him the
Like
opportunity.
Elon
to-
responded, "What's the right number? Please correct me." And no response. And then he said again, he double tweeted, "Twitter is super slow on Android. What have you done to fix that?" No response. And then
but what if that
people are
dude was
following up.
banned?
Hey,
Yeah, maybe.
you can't forget, remember, Elon created PayPal years ago, so he knows how that coding and technology.
he knows
So
this shit.
if anything, Elon's been doing it more
Yeah.
than 6 years. So remember
And
that.
he was
Hey,
right
listen,
about the
man, Asperger's
bots. He
does
was right
wonders for your
about.
brain. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Asperger's enhances your brain for sure.
No, it
Dude,
was just
I
like,
think it's
No,
funny.
I'm gonna go get some Taco Bell. I'm hungry.
I think we're gonna wrap it up though. We're actually gonna start wrapping it up. Before you leave, I just wanted to say thank you guys. I really do not give a fuck about anything. I think it's hilarious. I like being Devil's advocate, but I also like doing the right thing. And I love everybody here.
Only when people are
And
looking. Let's clarify that. When they're not looking, fucking all hell breaks loose.
Nah, not for me.
Oh.
I like doing the right thing behind closed
You got
doors.
integrity,
But
I got it.
yeah, dude. I feel like if we really get mad about issues
yeah.
that we can't change, it's very counterproductive. I like having discussions with opposing viewpoints, but I don't dislike you as a person if you have a different
Yeah.
viewpoint. And I like that maybe you can talk, improve, and sway me to another decision or vice versa.
But
That's
I
what
don't
the
like when people
point
do
of this
that, though.
compass is.
Yeah.
What? Do what?
When someone's trying to
influence her.
persuade me and influence me from my beliefs, we can have a conversation. I respect everybody in this room, and I'll respect you when we walk out. Everybody can have different beliefs. That's such a misconception nowadays. Like, you could do this
Yeah.
and you could believe
You
in
wanna-
that, and I'll still be your friend, but we can have an intellectual conversation
Yeah,
without
you can have
like
competing.
They're
hating
just
each
slowly
other.
walking
Can
out.
I dig into that really quick? 'Cause I'm curious, like, what you, because I don't know if I'm understanding correctly. So you're saying like when somebody holds you like basically hostage to your idea, and if it doesn't align with theirs, then it becomes a whole nother thing. Because somebody defending their position doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean they're trying to persuade you, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
So
saying.
you
I
mean,
don't
like,
want
people being
someone
an
to
asshole, like, I'm
persuade
not gonna
me.
talk to you because you fucking
Yes,
like,
exactly.
or
When
anything.
people are like, "Fuck you, you're this,
like
you're
this,
a Trump
okay.
supporter,
Yeah.
you're this, you're
I
that."
don't want
I
you to
don't
be
like
canceled
that.
because I don't agree with you. I think that everybody should
Yeah.
be entitled to their. Back in the day, if you heard somebody saying nonsense, you know what you did? I want to talk to this schmuck so I could fucking pick their shit apart and prove that they're wrong and make them look stupid. Now, if I say something stupid,
Mhm.
people are gonna want
You
to
lose
cancel
the
me.
Adidas deal.
Yeah.
you lose
Like
the
Kyrie
Adidas
Irving,
deal.
bro, he promoted a fucking link to an anti-Semitic movie that's available on Amazon. I don't really know the whole situation, but I know that like he's getting charged millions of fucking dollars, having to talk to rabbis, fucking making public apologies, suspended from the fucking league. It's like you tweeted a link on a video that's available on Amazon. Like,
But if
I don't
you're a
really know
public
this
figure, though,
story
you gotta
very
play by
much.
Public rules, though, that's not fair.
yeah.
I think he's a
What do you
fucking
mean?
idiot. I mean, he's a public figure. The people make him rich.
I was
Well,
just
he
gonna
knows
say that.
that.
I think you have to
Because they
understand your
know.
position.
That was silly.
You have to understand your position, and you should have somebody around
that
you
was
that's
silly.
correcting
Yeah, he
you on
should've
those
known
things.
And like,
you know
what
I mean?
was the movie? Has anybody watched the movie?
No.
I haven't.
But
Because
the thing
like
is if you're
we
in
gotta
that
know
public
how
spotlight,
anti-Semitic
I didn't even
it
know what
really
anti-Semitic
is.
mean before before Kanye West said something about it. I was like,
Is
oh, shit.
is it really like a movie that says fuck all the Jews, or like what does it say that's so bad? Because I feel like context is important. If I watched the movie and said like, oh, this is like saying some fucked up shit, I'd have a different opinion than like if I watched it and they said like a part that I might not necessarily agree with. You know, I feel like we should all watch the movie before we can really judge if he
Yeah.
was in the right or not. Like, who decided
Yeah.
this movie was anti-Semitic?
I mean, just depending on the context, just like you said, if depending on the context of the movie. But again, like if you're in a public figure position, again, you got to play your role
Yeah,
because you
gotta
know
play
what
the rules
society
by
is
the
going to
rules.
do.
Yeah,
You know what
absolutely.
society's going to
Except
do?
Trump. I want to say that on the record. Trump does not
Oh
play
my
by
God.
anybody's rules. He just does what he wants.
No, he does
He
not.
does whatever.
but,
That's
I
why
mean,
people
he
like him, though,
absolutely does.
because
I
he
know.
does whatever the
No,
fuck he
there's people
wants.
who don't like him, but he does not get canceled.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna tell me
No.
that guy gets canceled. He's fucking running for president again. God damn it! And he's got
Who?
supporters.
Who?
Who?
Who are you
Trump
talking
is
about?
officially
Trump.
running
Oh.
again.
I bet you, Kanye's not running for president again.
If it's between Trump and
Well,
Biden,
would you
I'm gonna be
rather have
saying
Biden again or
Trump
what?
might have a chance.
No,
If it's
honestly, I think
between
Ronnie-
Trump and
if you're
someone
watching
else,
Ronnie DeSantis,
I don't
pull
know.
your fucking panties up, man, and you better get in there, man.
Yeah.
'Cause- or should I say,
Yo, Ron DeSantis for
Sanctimonious.
No.
sure.
No
Ron DeSantis for
politics.
sure.
You guys, I'm out, man. It's late over here.
Yeah, it's
he's
late
like,
here too. We're
I'm
gonna
out.
wrap it
I
up.
don't know anything about this.
Hey, by the way, though, honestly, by the way, Twitter will be the shit. Twitter will be the one of the best platforms. Why? Because literally, what Elon is about to do, he's about to turn Twitter to a banking system and also to a decentralized social media, which is really good for people that are in this platform in the metaverse to be able to utilize that. It's going to tie in pretty well.
Twitterverse coming soon.
Yeah.
Twitterverse.
Hey, Twitter.
That's a good
Innit?
Twitter X. Twitter
He
X.
should
It's
change
going to
the
be Twitter
name of
X.
it. He should change the name of it.
He is. Have you heard? He owns X.com.
I was gonna call it pigeon.
Oh.
PayPal. He brought it
Yeah.
back. He's gonna tie it together
Is that good?
somehow.
Schlick,
Yeah,
I
he's
just
gonna
wanna
do
say,
some
man, your
amazing
hair's really
things.
nice, dude. You look like Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo had a bigger
God.
freaking.
He did. He also had a big ass chest. But for your
I got a big ass chest, bro. But
Oh.
I know they told me
On that
like 2
note-
weeks ago. They were like, "You've been
Dang,
working out,
stay
haven't
moving.
you?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I've been working out, bro. That's why I changed my habits."
Yeah, I remember
All
that.
an attorney needs when you break the rules, contact D.
D.
Contact
Guys,
me.
thank you for having me, man.
You want to get us out, Neo? You want a freaking outro?
Bye, baby.
Yeah, let's do it. We about to wrap it up, guys. So, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Technical Schlick in the house. Thank you, D and Ding Dong. Thank you for ding donging all over this
Thank you for
table.
having me.
So that's
Bing
it.
bong.
It's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap.
Fuck your life.
It's a wrap. Thank you for joining us here at the 1Verse podcast, the #1 podcast in the metaverse. Open live stream. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, 1Verse, where we're all one in the metaverse.
Everybody put your damn hands up. Oh yeah, let's go.
Thank you guys for
Catch y'all
coming,
later.
man. Much
Take
love
you
and
out
much
with all my
appreciation.
cheeks.
Thank you guys.